All right, we are live here on Metalben's Chronicles for the first time in at least a month. Yes, there has been a hiatus on this channel, but I didn't completely go away because I've been working on my other channel, the Metal Bastards YouTube Hangout Podcast channel. That's where I've been at for the last month or so. Doing live streams over there, doing deep dives over there, doing some different things over there, you know. And I figured, it's time to make a comeback. Well, the reason for the hiatus is I felt like I needed a break from this channel. I really did. I felt burned out with this channel. I kind of got sick of the trolling that was going on around here, with people making fake accounts and shit. Yeah, there was just a lot of stuff going on that I felt like, I need to step away and take a break from this channel, you know, get back in the gist of things. But anyways, I am back. I am back, and that's right, there will be content coming. Got this cool new webcam here, which, when I did my Skid Row live stream earlier, I thought, well, hell, I could just use this to make videos, I mean, I think it does an okay job. So, yeah. Anyway, we got Mean Metal Mike in the chat. What's going on? Hopefully we get some people to show up. It's been a month. I hope nobody forgot about me. But yeah. So the goal on this channel is, yes, to be a little more serious about this channel, to take this channel in a more serious direction. Because let's be honest, the channel hasn't been the greatest this year. And I want to do something about it. I want to make this channel better, And to build this channel, it's going to be, getting rid of a lot of things that I was doing on this channel, like the ranting, the complaining, and all the crying and moaning and bitching that I was doing. I'll admit I was doing it, And I want to cut that shit out and take this channel in a more positive direction. Get back into doing album reviews, still upload the Holocaust songs, if I put out a new track, I just want to do better things on this channel to grow it, That's a good goal. Hell, I'd rather have, hell, man. But yeah. So there's still going to be stuff going on the Metal Bastards channel too. Every Sunday night. Well, actually, that's going to be coming to an end soon, which I should announce. Because after December 3rd, I'm going to have a schedule change, and I will no longer have Sundays and Mondays off. My days off will be Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays. So the streams for the Metal Bastards show will probably move to probably Thursday night, I'm thinking at the moment. Going into, the rest of this year into 2023, And shout out to Ryan Arnold, the Demon Master, who has also been taking a hiatus from Facebook, YouTube, and social media in general. He's planning on making a comeback in 2023. But yeah, so we're cutting the negativity off from this channel. We're not talking about trolls no more, because they don't deserve the attention to begin with. And plus, you trolls do not own Metalben. And we got Frederick in the house. What's going on? So yes, to end off 2022, going into 2023, there's going to be big changes on this channel. I'm sorry, sloppy pusses. Yeah, we're keeping all the negativity off this channel. No more talking about politics either. I'm done with the whole politic thing. In fact, I'm just sick of hearing about it. I'm sick of seeing people fight over it. Because this channel was built to talk about metal. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about metal. Speed King, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. What is up out there? Good to see you guys here. Good to see some didn't forget about Metalben's Chronicles in my month hiatus from this channel. Of course, a lot of you have followed me over to the Metal Bastards YouTube channel, which me and Mike do a podcast on. We had plenty of guests on there too, like Necrotic Nick, Metal Madness 66 Jeff comes on, Frederick comes on the show, Josh Dominus comes on the show, Wyatt comes on the show. So we have people on that show too. I think it's a fun podcast. Heck yeah. Really fun podcast. We've been starting to do music streams over on the podcast too, on that channel. Stuff that we were doing here before I started the channel. So yeah, it's pretty much what's going on. See who the hell this is. I think it's a spam message. I've been getting a lot of spam messages on Facebook. I don't know if anybody else has been getting them too. Thank you. And you know what? I figured out how I could have done. Actually, that review I could have not done live. But what am I trying to say here? So, anyways, like I could have pre-recorded the stream, or I could have pre-recorded the review on StreamYard too. Which I'm thinking about doing that with the videos now, since I know how to do it. Yeah, why doesn't White have two Facebooks? I know I'm friends with him on one of the Facebooks. You know what? I got to get that new tankard. I still haven't even listened to it yet. I heard the one song that they put out as a single. I forget which track it was. It was pretty killer, though. Yeah, I got to check out that new tankard. I just ordered. Let me go back. I did order a couple of CDs. Oh yeah, I ordered the Morticide CD that, Josh Dominus, his band. I ordered his CD. What's the other ones I ordered? Oh, I ordered the new Onward CD. Fuck, I checked that out earlier, like some of it, and fuck, is it killer. The Sentinel, what's going on, man? And thank you very much. Oh, what's that other CD I ordered? Oh, cripe. Oh, the band's called Night. And I heard about Night because I was watching Jeff's stream earlier today when I got home from work. And Necrotic Nick was talking about them. And I checked it out. It's good stuff. Musically, it's definitely traditional heavy metal. Vocally, though, it's more black metal. Yep. Damn, you still didn't get the new Megan F in the mail yet? Honestly, I think the older shit goes over better in a live Metallica setting. That's just my opinion. But then again, I grew up on that old stuff. I didn't grow up, when Load and Reload were big. That's when I was an angry Metallica fan. Gamicide, that's a killer band too. Oh yeah, the new Tankard, dude. There's so much stuff coming out, but I do want to get the new Tankard. I want to get the new Centrix, which I don't know why on Amazon Prime it says it's coming out on the 18th. Which is weird because I thought the CD came out on Friday. Gee, you were definitely born in the wrong decade, man. I kind of wish I was born 10 years earlier, actually, like in the 60s. Like around the time Ralph was, like Ralph Vieira was growing up, or, Frederick or somebody. Would have been cool to see the 70s. I think Josh Dominus is not. I think Josh Dominus, Nick. Bleh, excuse me there. Stuttering my words. I think Josh Dominus might stop by the chat room. Shit, that'd be a cool tour. Alice Cooper and Ace Frehley. Heck yeah. I thought I heard Alice Cooper's working on another album. Yeah, Morticide. He's had Morticide for a while. And well, I know he was talking about turning it into a full band. You know, thought I heard Ace Frehley's working on new music too. I guess that's the whole point of living in that decade, right? Not to remember it. I guess. Man, I mean, back before the internet, what else did you do besides party and go out and try to look for pussy? you know? Oh, shit. How bad are genres, other solo albums? Oh, how bad are Gene's other solo albums? They're not good. Not good at all. I think how many did he make? Two? I think his second album's actually worse than the one he did when he was in Kiss. Or, let me take that back because he never left Kiss. I think his second solo album, Asshole, was actually worse than, the one he did in 78. It's horror. It's bad, man. Well, let me look it up. I'm pretty sure it's only two, but maybe it is three. Let's see, Gene Simmons. Good old Gene Simmons. See how many. Oh, excuse me there. Let's see how many albums he actually did make. God, this guy's such an egomaniac. Just two. Gene Simmons 78 and. Hold on a minute. This piece of crap album. You guys can see it there. Asshole. I mean, at least Gene don't lie. He admits he's an asshole. But man, the album is absolute fucking horrible. It's just absolute horseshit. It's that fucking bad. So out of all the members of Kiss, Ace Frehley easily has the best solo albums. Ottawa 20, how's it going? Don't think I've seen you around here before, but welcome to the stream. Yeah, man, you'd think it's Gene Simmons. He's the demon. Like he would make the heaviest of he would make the heaviest of the music out of the four members, but no, it's freaking Aston's making the heaviest music. you know, it's like what the fuck. Yeah, Peter Chris is. Let's see. I think he made 5 or 6. The one he did in '78 is very whatever. I'm actually still debating which one I can't remember which ones I ranked like in my. Well, we didn't rank them. We just talked about them. We did that Kiss deep dive over on the channel. So we're looking up Peter Chris here. Okay. What's going on, Nick? How's it going, man? All right, Peter Chris. He has how many solo albums? I don't think any of them are really that good. 5. He has 5 solo albums. Yeah, the one he did in '78's terrible. Out of Control's no better. It's not a good album either. Let Me Rock You has a couple okay tracks on it. It's not completely bad, but it's not great either. Cat Number One's not good, and One for All is the worst of his solo albums. Kid you not, every track on that album is a ballad. It's horrible. Oh, nice. Yeah, I was watching the stream you and Jeff did. I didn't get to watch it all. I watched like bits of it. I still got to go back and finish watching it. Um, yep, it's the Everything Dies. I think that's what the stream was called. It was the typo negative aftermath stream. I was watching that a little bit. And you mentioned a band called oh crap, I posted it on Facebook earlier. I just said the name of the band earlier. Oh, now we got to go look it up on Facebook. I put it on my timeline too, after because I listened to it. Oh, oh yeah, the band's called Night. I was checking out Night. Voices of the Cronian Moon. Yeah, Voices of the Cronian Moon. I was checking that album out a little bit. Holy cow, it's good stuff. And I just ordered it too. Yeah, I ordered it right after I checked it out. I'm like, this is some good freaking stuff. Like the music definitely sounds like traditional heavy metal, but the vocals definitely have a black metal vibe to it. So what would you call it? Traditional blackened heavy metal? I don't know. It's good though. Hell yeah, it's really good. I like the harmonies on it because I noticed you were talking about how the harmonies really stand out, and I'm like, yeah, these are some damn good guitar harmonies on this. Oh yay, Shit Barnes is here. Woohoo! Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to call it. I mean, right there, you're basically inventing another new genre of metal. Or black and traditional heavy metal, I guess. There's not really a lot of bands that I can think of that play like a traditional metal style and have black metal vocals. You're scared to listen to Scrape because of the new Killer America album cover that comes out in March, or that came out in March of 2001. Oh yeah, Midnight. Midnight's a pretty good band. I got to get some of their stuff. So yeah, I ordered that today. I ordered the new I ordered the new Onward CD, which sounds absolutely killer too. And I ordered the Morticide CD, which is Josh Dominus's band. Eliminator. I haven't listened to Eliminator in years. You can still pretty much find that album anywhere. But ZZ Top has a lot of killer tunes. It's really weird because when I was younger, I couldn't stand ZZ Top. It took me to get older to really get into ZZ Top. What's going on, Josh? And yeah, no problem, man. I'm eventually going to get CDs made up for Holocaust. I'm going to try to get some printed. I'm actually thinking about going through and remixing my album. On Earth as It Is in Hell, that is. I'm going to add vocals to it, I think. And try to patch it up a little bit. Oh, Bewitcher. Bewitcher's a killer band, too. See, this is my favorite movement of metal right now. It's this new wave of traditional heavy metal movement. So many awesome freaking bands coming out of that movement. I know my mom has that on vinyl too. Eliminator by ZZ Top. I mean, it was a huge record back when it came out. I've heard of Scrape before, but I can't remember what their music sounds like. It's been so long. Man, I gotta get me some Bewitcher too. So many damn bands in this movement that I want to get. I haven't made fucking or I haven't listened to Scrape, God, in over 20 years, at least. I can't honestly even remember what they sound like. Metal Bastard t shirts. Well, I wouldn't mind getting those made up. I put it in my community tab earlier. Metal Bent or the new Metal Bent Chronicles shirts. If anybody is interested in getting a Metal Bent Chronicles shirt, I eventually want to get these shirts printed myself though, so I can make more money off of them. But yeah, dude, I didn't even know Killer. I didn't even know Scrape was around anymore until you mentioned him. man, dude, I used to have a couple WWF lunch boxes when I was a kid. You know, the one I had Hulk Hogan on it. You had a Star Wars lunchbox. Shit, I don't even know if they make lunch boxes anymore, to be honest. That's funny, man. You know what? I'm thinking when I was really, really little, I had a Dukes of Hazzard's lunchbox. I think I had one. I'm almost positive I did. Because I really loved the Dukes of Hazzards when I was a kid growing up. Daisy Duke, that was my first crush, Daisy Duke. Literally. Oh, yeah, those were cool lunchboxes too. Everything was cool back in the 80s. I'm happy I was a kid back in the 80s, man. I had a fun childhood. What would you have the first big film franchise? Oh, the first film franchise I watched as a kid or a young adult? Hmm. Well, that's a good question there. I'm gonna say, phew, the first full franchise, maybe Back to the Future. Nothing wrong with being a big kid at heart. Shit. Yep, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Back to the Future. Heck yeah, man. All that stuff was cool. Wyatt, what's going on? I think your Facebook got hacked, buddy. I saw some weird post on your Facebook account. Ooh, Smokey and the Bandit. Those were cool movies. Yep, nothing wrong with being a big kid at heart. Shit, I still watch some old cartoons sometimes. The Playboy lunchbox. Who didn't want that? And who didn't want the models to come with it? Oh, shit, man. Cannonball Run, I remember that movie too. Oh, you got it back. Good, good. I still never got my Instagram back. I haven't even really thought about it, to be honest with you. Inhumanoids. I think I remember Inhumanoids. And there was a lot of cool cartoons in the '80s. Thundercats, fucking He-Man, the Master of the Universe, She-Ra, Voltron. Um, you had GI Joe, obviously. Oh, there was a bunch of cool stuff in the '80s. Then the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came along, which was freaking cool. Oh yeah, man, I used to love Transformers too. Oh, excuse me. What else? I'm just trying to think of other old cartoons. Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling. There you go. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff. I mean, oh yeah, you had the Avengers cartoon. Mr. Key had a cartoon. Alf had a cart. Oh, excuse me, Alf had a cartoon. Speed Racer. Oh, that's going way back. Welk's rebooted. What's going on? It's got to be my friend, the perfect Welch, if I'm right. Oh, I remember Johnny Bravo. Oh, the original Scooby Doo I liked. Not crazy about the remakes. Good to see you here, Welch. One of the old school subscribers of mine right here in the channel right now. He was around when I had my other channel. Ottawa 20, what's going on? Oh, I missed the Attitude Era, dude. That's when I was watching wrestling like all the time. I know that's hard to believe the Montreal Screwjob's 25 years old already. With Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels and that whole debacle. God, I remember like literally watching that when it happened. That's the cool part about Peacock. I just recently got my first HD TV. I know that's hard to believe. So I've been going back through and watching old WWF stuff on it on Peacock and watching like a lot of stuff from the '80s and some Attitude Era stuff. Like right now, I was watching the old Saturday Night's Main Event from my childhood. Yeah, you can watch anything on Peacock. They got it all on there. They even got like the territories, freaking NWA, WCW, all that old stuff. The only thing I don't like on some of it, they cut out some of the theme music. That's the only thing I'm not too. That's the only thing I'm not too crazy about. Well, I think Vince needed to go a long, long time ago. To be honest with you, I don't know, man. There's nothing on Netflix that really appeals to me. I mean, the only thing on Netflix I was watching it with my sister, was the Jeffrey Dahmer thing, or that show. Besides that, there's nothing on Netflix I really care about. Me TB is good. I've never checked that out. Yeah, WWE still. I mean, I can't get into wrestling at all anymore. Well, what they should have done was give the company to Shane. I think Shane McMahon would run WWE a hell of a lot better than what Triple H is, and I think he would turn it back into TV 14, or I think he would turn it back to TV 14 and being a little more edgy. But that's just my opinion. Well, it doesn't really make sense to me for WWE to even be PG because a majority of the TV shows that are on now are not PG. So it doesn't make sense. Like a lot of the shows now are TV 14 or TVMA. So why WWE still being PG, I don't freaking know. And it's not bringing in new viewers. Yeah, man, Shane McMahon should be running WWE. That's just what I think. Oh, they've been out of touch for years, man. Pro wrestling's very out of touch. I can't get into none of it. I tried getting into AEW and I just couldn't do it. Yeah, I agree, man. Triple H does not know how to run a wrestling company. Yeah, I agree with you there, Ottawa. It's pretty bad. But what made wrestling back then was characters and stars and great storylines, you know? And you don't get that in modern day professional wrestling. Oh, man. Right. I haven't watched JD for I haven't watched JD for a while. Usually, if I watch anybody shoot on wrestling or talk about wrestling, it's usually Solo Monster. But I haven't really been paying attention to a lot of the wrestling shooters either. ICW or ICP Underground Wrestling. I heard about that, but I never watched it. Yeah, because ICP did have a wrestling company. I just don't remember. I can't remember ever watching it. I mean, JD's rants are funny. I like when he goes off. It's kind of hilarious. Oh man, if JD was in the wrestling industry as a heel, I think it would go over. because he knows how to get people to hate him. It's pretty bad when there's people that shoot on wrestling that have more talent than the wrestlers themselves. When it comes to mic work and, doing promos or whatever. That's the real Wyatt. He got his Facebook page back. I heard about LCW. In fact, I used to work with somebody that refereed it. I think it was for LCW. But yeah, man, wrestling just isn't what it was. It's. I don't think it's ever going to be. I don't think it's ever going to have. Um, what am I trying to say here? I don't think there's ever going to be another wrestling boom. You just don't have the characters and the stars to do it. Oh, cool, man! I got a comment from Ralph on my Skid Row review. Awesome. Oh yeah, I want to get that new Sword album, man. I think the new Sword album's coming out. Which cartoons have influenced metal? Boy, that's a fucking good question. Hmm. Well, cartoons that influenced metal. Metal, huh? I gotta really think about this. Holy shit. Because I'm trying to think outside of Metalocalypse and, Beavis and Butthead, the obvious ones. Well, Beavis and Butthead, I thought maybe you meant by, like, fictional characters or something. Well, Beavis and Butthead would be the obvious one. Oh, yeah, the new fucking leather. Yeah, the new Leather Wolf, man. That's another one I want to check out. Okay, I'll give my opinion about new metal. I'm not a fan of new metal either, but for some reason, new metal really works when it comes to wrestling. It's weird because they were using a lot of new metal back in the Attitude Era, and then even in the Ruthless Aggression era, and it worked. Like, like that kind of music and wrestling do go good together. I'll definitely say that. I'm not a big fan of that music, but I mean, I went through a new metal phase too, where I was into it for a bit. Because I did buy the first four Korn albums way back in the day. I don't have them anymore. And I did have the first three Slipknot albums. I still like the debut album by Slipknot, though. I mean, that freaking album's great. I was pretty damn good too, but after that, I'm just not interested in those albums anymore. I had Drowning Pool too. I had the debut by Drowning Pool way back when. Oh yeah, Slam's fucking worse. I cannot stand Slam. Slam is terrible. Marilyn Manson. I mean, I've checked out like some of the newer stuff he's done. Like I thought his album. I can't remember the name of the albums. I thought the one he came out in 2017 was all right, but like I did like some old Marilyn Manson when I was younger. Hey man, I did buy the first two Limp Bizkit albums when they came out way back in '99. Well, '98 and '99, I should say. I had them on cassette tape. I've long since got rid of them. So yeah, I went through that little phase too. It's when I first. I'm trying to think what got me back on the fucking traditional thrash power metal bandwagon once again. It's when I first heard Gamma Ray Iced Earth. That's what turned me away from new metal again, or turned me away from new metal. I know Metallica was on The Simpsons. I can't think of any other metal band that was ever on The Simpsons. I know Aerosmith and Spinal Tap were on The Simpsons too, but those aren't really metal to me. But anyways, awesome to have you all here in the chat room on my Return to the Metalben's Chronicles YouTube channel. Might do a stream on the other YouTube channel tomorrow night, the Metal Bastards Hangout Podcast YouTube channel, which this week was actually supposed to be the beginning of the Uriah Heep deep dive over there, but me Metal Mike's having some technical difficulties at the moment, and that's been moved to January. And plus, there's a new Uriah Heep album coming out in January. That new song freaking rules. Was Judas Priest on The Simpsons? I don't remember that. Anyways, right now we're going to do some experimentations here. We're going to try this right now. Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA. Gonna see what this is like. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. And this is 7.5% by volume. Oh, that's right. New Obituary 2 comes out in January. I just seen that on Facebook yesterday. I'm telling you, that new Heap song's really good. You won't be disappointed. If you like, let's see, if you like the last Uriah Heep album, Living the Dream, this new track don't disappoint. It's pretty much in that style. New Anthrax in April. I didn't see that one. Shit. How many seasons? God damn, how many seasons of The Simpsons had there been now? They're still on. I don't know how they continue to create all these episodes. Yeah, I can't wait till the new obituary comes out. Because the first Simpsons episode aired way back in 1989. Well, if you want to be technical, The Simpsons began on the Tracy Ullman Show in 1987. In fact, that's how I first saw The Simpsons as a kid. Oh, yeah, man. I gotta be honest, I haven't kept up with The Simpsons in the last 5 to 6 years. Like, I couldn't tell you what any of the episodes are about or anything, but I watched them religiously back in the 90s. Yeah, man, the first time I saw The Simpsons was on the Tracy Ullman Show way back in the 80s. I agree, man. I can't get into mainstream metal much. The only band I really like that's kind of big right now is pretty much Ghost. Chris Barnes on South Park. I just think when some bands become mainstream, they kind of lose their edge. I don't know. Oh boy, Shit Barnes is back. Yee hee. Like, I would say Ghost is definitely a great band. And to me, Ghost don't sound like the other bands that are like currently popular. But like bands like Five Finger Death Punch, fuck who else? Volbeat. Can't really get into them bands. Gojira's freaking killer, man. I do got to check out more Mastodon. I know I'm way behind on that band. I kind of just fell off. I can't even remember the last album I really listened to by Mastodon. Like, I've checked out songs here and there. I do got to check out the albums, I guess, though. Yeah, Five Finger Death Punch is just pure bona fide trash. I agree. I did hear the new Disturbed song. I checked them out on YouTube, actually. I just wanted to see if they went back to being heavy again. Because their last album sucked. It was fucking terrible. I don't mind some Disturbed. That's one band that doesn't really irritate me. Oh my god, yeah. It was bad, man. The new Godsmack track sucks too. I don't know what possessed me to listen to it, but I did listen to it. I didn't like it at all. But the new Disturbed, it's definitely back to being heavier again. The artwork's kind of back to how it used to be. Would I go out and buy it? Probably not. But in fact, I haven't bought it. I think the last Disturbed album I bought was Believe, way back in 2002. Oh, yeah, Godsmack got way worse. Yeah, this new track's no better. It's not good. Yeah, Five Finger Death Punch, though. Holy cow, they're still the worst. God, they're terrible. I haven't listened to Mudvayne in a very long time. I had the second one. I had their second album on CD. All Things Must Come to an End, I think it was called. Or The End of All Things, I forget. I did have it, though. New Scorpions is killer, man. I love that new Scorpions album. Baby metal. Can't stand them. Oh, yeah, The End of All Things. That's the one I had. The End of All Things to Come. Even though out of all the new metal bands, the one band that has stayed pretty much consistent is probably Head PED, or what were they called? Head PED? or Head PD. But then again, that band never blew up and became like huge. I mean, I'm not really into their music, but yeah, Head PE, that's it. That's the only band that really stayed consistent out of like a majority of those new metal bands. I used to have one of their cassette tapes. Stuck Mojo were pretty cool. The thing I liked about Stuck Mojo is they actually had guitar solos. And the riffs were a little heavier too compared to a lot of new metal. Stigma. There was a band called Stigmata. Yeah, had PE still around, still putting out albums. I haven't ever checked them out. Oh, okay. Stigmata has Jason Bittner on drums. Hell yeah. Flotsam and Jetsam sounds better than ever. Those last two albums, holy shit. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I did hear Flotsam and Jetsam is working on a new album, which I'm definitely looking forward to because their last two albums were absolutely killer. I can imagine it would be pretty odd. So who's all in the chat? Does anybody want to come on? I'll keep the stream open for a little bit if anybody wants to come on. Man, I gotta get some fucking Whiplash in my collection. Is your phone good enough to join there, Mike? I'll send you links. I don't know. Metallica keeps pushing back the new album. I don't know what's going on there. All right, I'll send you guys some links. You can all come on and we'll chat. All right, links are sent. Yeah, I did hear about that. Slipknot's contract with Roadrunner Records ended, and they're going to start their own label. That's what I've heard. I mean, that's pretty much what Metallica did. They started the Blackened label, which fucking Metallica, they can afford to buy their back catalog. Well, Slipknot could too. They're like, I think Slipknot's like the third biggest metal band in the world. But I read somewhere that Slipknot might not make full length albums anymore, that they just might put out singles. Which, I haven't even listened to the new Slipknot album yet. I'm hearing pretty much mixed reviews on it. You know, hearing pretty much mixed reviews on it. You know, hearing pretty much mixed reviews on it. Uh-oh. Getting some mad feedback here. Okay.
Testing.
Hello.
What's up?
Testing. What's going on? What's up,
Well,
man?
I got my phone working, but I don't think I can do deep dives until I get a new phone.
That's cool. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll start doing the deep dives or at Christmas or whatever.
Yeah, after Christmas. And yeah, to all you guys, want to wish you all happy early Thanksgiving. I already have my plans. I don't mind sharing. I'm going down to my aunt and uncle's beach house down in the Outer Banks for Thanksgiving. So.
Nice. Should be a good time. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
have
think a
some
lot of
beer with family and stuff.
fuck
You know.
yeah, man. That's what Thanksgiving's all about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm off Wednesday. I got to go to work Thanksgiving night though. But it is what it is. At least I got that Wednesday off. I think me and a friend are gonna go out.
Can I recommend a nice place to go out and eat, Ben?
Go ahead.
Go down to New Holland, Pennsylvania. It's a little expensive. Great restaurant. Shady Maples Smorgasbord.
Dude, I've heard somebody talk about that restaurant before. I've never been there, but I heard they have like really good food.
They have a huge ass buffet. Really good food.
Ooh, I got to get my ass down there. Buffets are always a turn on.
Well, good buffets. Some buffets can be shit.
Totally. Oh, definitely.
Dude. I remember this one Chinese buffet here in Allentown closed down because they found out that they found rat droppings in the food.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch those places, man.
They also found. Sorry, you were saying?
Good. Oh no, I was just saying we had a few closed down here within the last 5 to 6 years.
They found that the bathroom was in unusable condition due to the cleanliness. They found out that the kitchen had roaches, and they found tubs of expired shrimp that they've been using. Bye, Ottawa.
They're trying to kill us, man.
I don't care. I'd still eat it.
I think a lot of bands will self-release their own LPs in the future. Yeah, it's already happening.
Yeah.
You don't need to be on a label anymore.
Yeah.
I put out my own music, so.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, Nick?
What's up, Nick? So, Ben, I did ask you this question earlier. I don't know if Nick can answer that, but which cartoons influenced metal? And I think I said Beavis and Butthead, and that's like a great question.
Well, I think Beavis and Butthead were, kind of influenced by metal, like vice versa. But I don't know, like in terms of cartoons that influenced like music, metal. I mean, there's definitely been cartoons that have had metal in them. Like, I think Pantera was in a SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the complete series.
I got it on the old school DVD packages. I mean, there was the first time I think I ever saw Morbid Angel's God of Emptiness video was on Beavis and Butthead.
Same here.
And I was like, dude, this is some evil fucking shit.
Right.
Yeah, if you get the Mike Judge complete collection, you get bonus music videos. You get all the MTV music videos that came with it. Plus the first movie.
I mean, I own the first movie too. Cannibal Corpse Staring Through the Eyes of the Dead. That was a video they played on there too. They played Slayer on there.
Yeah.
They played Matthew Sweet, Super Deformed, Pantera, This Love.
Yep, I remember that episode.
Yep.
A band called Moist. The song is called Push.
Yeah, Moist was a weird alternative band. They were pretty damn strange.
We got Deuce, Suds and Soda, Grim Reaper, Fear No Evil. That's still a killer.
Yeah, Grim Reaper.
Monster Magnet, Negasonic, Teenage Warhead.
Killer track. Love that song.
We got Korn, Blind.
I like that song still.
Catherine Wheel, Way Down, Beastie Boys, Pass the Mic, a band called Wilco, Box Full of Letters, and then Hum, Stars.
Yeah.
That's just this one, and then
Wilco was an alternative country band.
Yeah, Beastie Boys, Sabotage, Seaweed, a band called Seaweed, Kill Candy.
Seaweed was an early grunge band. They were actually on the Clerks soundtrack. They did a cover of Go Your Own Way, originally by Fleetwood Mac.
Pantera, Unbroken, still slaps.
Oh, yeah.
Merciful Fate, The Bell Witch. Oh, that song slaps.
That is a cool song.
I don't know if I may have saw that video on there.
Compulsion, Delivery. We got a Madonna song on here, Secret.
They played Justify My Love on there too, because that was the one where Beavis kept talking about the dude's unit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they played Dancing on one of the episodes too.
They did.
Yeah.
I'm
God's Killer Mother. It might have been Mother.
I don't know. I can't
remember.
Can't remember which. I know they played them though.
They also had Alice Cooper, Teenage Frankenstein.
Yeah.
On there. 6 Feet Satellite, Parlor Games, Pizzicato 5, Twiggy. What the fuck? Rush, Stick It Out. So they do have a Rush song on here.
I don't know which album Stick It Out's on.
That's off of Counterparts.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yep, that is. Still patching up holes in that collection.
Soundgarden, Spoon Man. I love me some Soundgarden.
Sometimes. Yeah. Super Unknown was the first CD I ever bought.
Super Unknown.
Love that album.
John Spencer's Blues Explosion. Dang.
Yep.
That's the name of the song.
They were an interesting band too.
Rollins Band, Wire. Never got into the Rollins Band.
that video is still pretty fucking nuts.
Yeah, I heard you never wanted to bug Henry Rollins if he was taking a shit. That's what
I still say season 1 is the best season of Beavis and Butthead. That's just me.
I haven't gone back and watched the seasons in a while.
You should, because I think they're reviving the series. I think with newer stuff, newer episodes.
I did see an advertisement for it. I mean, it looks like they're keeping to the old formula
They're keeping to the old formula, and they're going to have it stay as TV-14.
I've seen one of the episodes because they put one up for free on YouTube, and instead of doing music videos now, they're doing like TikTok segments and laughing at.
Oh no!
Well, they're still making fun of it.
Okay then.
Well, yeah,
I mean, that could be funny.
I mean, it is. It's just something I feel like everyone does now, but I mean that does kind of adapt them because there's not many people are going to get the whole music video thing anymore because doing flat out music videos is kind of a thing of the past.
Oh, I'm just thinking of Beavis. I'm thinking of Beavis and Butthead's army teacher. First episode, no laughing. Just can't laugh for the whole day.
Yep.
Wonder if that episode's still on YouTube. I might have to check that out.
I've been going back and watching Aqua Teen Hunger Force stuff.
I only paid $30 for this off of Walmart online.
Not bad.
Yeah, and
Pretty cool.
for Amazon, it's like almost $50. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that Decibel has already leaked their top 40 albums of the year.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, some interesting picks. There's stuff that's on my list. There's definitely some stuff that isn't. But yeah, I mean, some of it was a little surprised. God, yeah. I mean, their number one is Undeath. Hell, they even made the fucking cover.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What was I listening to? I was listening to some Bob Marley today also.
I can't get into Bob Marley.
You gotta be in the mood for it. And I was in the mood for it.
And dub are kind of, I don't know, it's just like when it's like thrown in something like Rush will throw in like some reggae influences and shit every now and then, and it works because that's kind of part of it. Like, I mean, this will be in the next collection update, but this was one I snagged that I was missing. Power Windows. Good fucking album.
Oh, okay.
Very synthy. Like, so synthy where it kind of loses the... Like, Alex Lifeson kind of gets buried in this one a little bit, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Early's 80s Rush was good, then it tails off fast.
Oh, I know.
I
own Presto, and I'm still not a fan of that album.
What's the one with the red album cover where time stands still?
Is it Hold Your Fire? That's my least
Hold Your
favorite
Fire.
album.
Yeah, I don't own Hold Your Fire. I'm still kind of like trying to complete.
It's funny. I do like 90s Rush from Counterparts, Test for Echo, Vapor Trails. I like that era of Rush for me personally, and 70s Rush.
Vapor Trails was 2002, I think, or 2001.
Yeah.
But Vapor Trails was solid.
And I think Neil Peart said himself that the band after Roll the Bones never played anything live off of that album ever again, and they
Roll the Bones is real hit or miss, man. That is it the title track where Geddy starts rapping? I was like, don't do it. Don't. You're not Geddy.
That album's not good either.
But the next album, Counterparts
was kind of a knee-jerk reaction to all the synths because Alex Lifeson put his fucking foot down. I was like, no, I want this to be a rocker. Okay, like let's just knock it off with the synths for a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, like minimize that. Like not that as though they're all bad because I mean I like like really good Moog synthesizers. I like that shit.
Oh, also shout out to Josh. Oh, what's up, Wyatt?
What's going on, Wyatt?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say shout out to Josh. I just saw Josh post something on Facebook. He's changing his band's name to Medical Ideations, and then I saw one of his early album art covers. Kind of funny.
Yeah. I mean, he did say he was going for brutal death. I mean, brutal death has a certain aesthetic.
It's not called Morticide no more.
Well, no, that's a different project. He's got another project he's doing.
Oh,
He wants to do a flat out brutal death metal project. Like, I forget what bands. I think Visceral Discord you brought up was kind of a or Devourment. There we go.
I don't know. I was thinking about doing a death metal project too, but mine would be more along the lines of like old school death metal.
I mean, honestly, like the last track that you put up, like I mean, it had like it was like that thrash metal that kind of started to border on death metal. Like it was definitely more intense and fast. Like Morbid Saint.
I'm just trying to add some more like of that influence into my writing.
I mean, death metal's got good fucking riffs. Like I mean, naturally, of course, I found a bunch of death metal I like, dude. I mean, if you haven't jammed that new Undeath, like it'll take you back. Like
I gotta check that out.
I gotta check that out too.
It's like a combination of like old Suffocation and old Cannibal Corpse, like you know the Barnes era, like Tomb of the Mutilated, but also like Fear from Within.
Well, Nick, be careful. Be careful when you say Barnes, because he might appear in the messages.
No. We ignore him just like everyone else in the music industry.
Exactly.
Yeah. Funny shit. Barnes 666. Guess who created that? I made that one. That's me.
You think?
I had no clue, Mike. I honestly had no clue, man.
Well, you thought you. Well, I think it's funny.
I mean, the Barnes joke, like, I mean, God, I don't like. He's in such a position right now. Like, are you gonna come back with something else? Because, like, literally, you put your dickhead behavior out there for the world to see, and they all called you on it. So, I mean, do you want to show your fucking face? Like, do you want to do music? I mean, I met like he's got studio musicians that probably want to get paid. I actually kind of by proxy know one of them because a buddy of ours, one of the dudes that's helping us put together the Denver thing.
Mike, with 6 feet down.
Let me finish. Yeah, let me finish. Okay. But yeah, one of my buddies that is actually he's working on putting the Denver thing together. He's actually working with one of the session guys for 6 Feet Under, Lord Marco, the drummer. And I've always said that dude is playing well under his weight. Like he used to play in Brain Drill, which is insane fucking tech death.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I imagine because like a lot of those guys are session guys, you know. I mean, minus maybe Jack Owen. I mean, Jack Owen kind of floats around a lot too. But you know that's still, believe it or not, that's still a payday. The 6 Feet Under because they still sell a lot of albums for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah,
gotta pay the bills somehow.
I mean, Barnes probably lives rent free somewhere on a couch somewhere. I don't know.
Apparently, he makes decent money on that. Like, I mean, just like album sales. He does the oh god, what is it called? Cameo. He's been doing that a lot.
Yeah.
I guess that pays bill. I don't know how much that goes to actually paying any bills or just, you know, buying more weed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it. But I mean, there is a loyal fan base out there. I know because we still hear from them. We're like, "Fuck you for saying this album shit." It's like, okay.
I mean, we're just being honest.
Well, dude, if you love it, then love it. Also, love it far away from me.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
I just like making jokes about the next 60 Under. It's going to be Christmas jingles. Just terrible.
I mean, it'll probably be terrible regardless. All those other dudes have other projects as far as I know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, granted, they don't have to return to it, but if they don't, he'll just find other session players to come in.
I also heard rumors of Ozzy. might do an Ozfest. I'm like, oh,
There's rumors about it. Like there was like a fake post about an Ozfest because they put up Motorhead and like that. No, come on.
yeah, no, yeah. Although that's when I bought it. I said, no, that's fake troll. Yeah.
But, I don't know. Like I said, if anyone deserves the right to retire, let it be Ozzy. He can retire. Like sit back on a beach, relax.
Sit back, tell Sharon just to get out of your ear.
Yeah, you're 74, man. Do you really want to spend these golden years? These these are the twilight years. Do you want to spend them on a fucking tour bus
or a microphone?
Yeah, or I mean, you got all these medical problems that you're still kind of recovering from. Sit back and recover.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not even healthy.
No.
Just no one is going to say, "I can't believe he fucking quit." Well, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some people that say that.
I already know what's going to happen when Ozzy goes. We all know where the money's going to go.
Yeah,
well, some of it. I mean, I imagine his kids will be taken care of.
I don't know about that.
No, they'll be taken care of. Even Sharon. I don't like her, but I don't think she's gonna fuck over her own kids and by extension grandkids. It's
right.
Fucking, what's her name? The daughter. God damn it.
Apparently that's
Kelly, yeah.
Kelly?
She's having Sid Wilson's kid.
Oh wow.
Sid
Wilson.
Wow. Dude. Well, I mean, hey. he should be well set in the family now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm reasonably sure he wasn't worried about cash anyway, being in Slipknot. But yeah, no, that happened sometime like after semi post pandemic as they hooked up, and yeah.
It's funny. I was watching a YouTube video, and then Ozzy made a quote. This was his YouTube video from like 2018. Ozzy made a quote saying he regretted doing 13, saying he wished it was all four of them.
Well, yeah,
it should have been all four of them.
It should have been, but they. Unfortunately, one of the shitty parts about Sabbath is there was a rich history of fucking over Bill Ward.
Oh yeah, there is.
Out of money, all that shit. So, well, you're an alcoholic and blah blah blah. And, you don't get as much as everyone else, and it sucks because honestly, he's an incredible drummer.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, the money. Oh yeah, dude, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forget, I think it was due to money, and then they made the excuse like, oh, he's out of shape and can't play drums. Like, dude, I'm reasonably sure he probably would have fucking worked his ass off to get in playing strength.
Yeah.
And I remember back in 2013, coming from the management of Sabbath or whatever, I remember Ozzy, or I can't remember if it was Ozzy or Tony Iommi. One of them said, "Well, we didn't want Bill Ward in the band because we thought he might have a heart attack."
Now, is that the band themselves saying that, or is that Sharon and management telling?
It might be Sharon. It might be Sharon. I can't remember exactly who said it right now, but I do remember vividly hearing about it around 9 years ago.
The way they have those contracts set up, like in terms of all right, Black Sabbath is essentially owned by Ozzy and Tony Iommi. That is Black Sabbath on paper. Even Geezer Butler is essentially a session musician. Of course, they pay him well. Same thing with Bill Ward and literally anyone else that has joined.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
I think since they reformed, Ozzy was back in on that. But for a while, Black Sabbath was just Tony Iommi, and they kind of worked out that, collective bargaining agreement, just to get the name out there again and, be able to release music with Ozzy on it.
Right.
But even Geezer doesn't own any part of Sabbath, which seems kind of fucked up, but I guess he's okay with it because no, I still get residuals, and I'm still paid when I play. So
Yeah.
not terrible, but yeah, I mean, Brad Wilk wasn't a bad fit. Like he's a good drummer. I've been a fan of fucking Rage Against the Machine for years.
Yeah.
He's a solid in the pocket, fucking like just groovy drummer. And well, he's not as flashy on the fills and all that shit like Bill Ward was. Solid drummer.
Yeah,
that's what ruined it for me.
Yeah, that's what ruined it for me. Now, if they would have had Vinny on drums, if Vinny Appice wasn't doing anything, and if he came in and did the drums, it still probably would have still sounded pretty good, I think. Be different, but you'd still have a more Sabbath-sounding drummer in there.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they, maybe he wasn't available due to other projects. I don't know. Like, I mean...
And then you had that Tommy Clufetis guy, which I think was Ozzy's drummer. I think.
Was it?
And then Rob Zombie's drummer too. Yeah.
Ozzy had fucking Mike Borden from Faith No More for a while.
Yeah.
That was his touring drummer.
I don't know. And I think Mike left. I think Borden said he left because something to do with him and Sharon having a disagreement on payment or whatever.
That's no surprise.
I mean, Borden's a journeyman too, and honestly, like him leaving was getting Faith No More back together. So I was like, wow, that's what I want anyway.
What still was a dick move for Ozzy was what Sharon and him did to Bob Daisley and Lee Kerslake.
That was a real dick move.
Yeah, I mean, business maneuvers are. Man, you gotta do some shitty stuff. I mean, like, dude, they fucking firing Ozzy in '78, like that was a pretty rough one too. And
yep,
yeah, I mean, I didn't want to do it.
That was wrong. Oops, hold on 1 second here. Fixing something collection.
Something happened between Jake E. Lee and Ozzy back in the '80s.
Yeah,
where,
Jake E. Lee.
Ozzy won't even acknowledge that he made the Ultimate Sin album.
Yeah, well, he did.
He might not remember making it, but he made it.
Dude, he was full blown coked the fuck out during that period.
Yeah,
he was really bad in that.
Wasn't that around the time where he pissed on the Alamo?
That was about right. Yeah, because wasn't that the tour with Motley Crue?
Yeah. And that's where he snorted ant.
Yeah. Yeah, Ozzy was like...
He was a wreck.
Oh, God, he was a fucking wreck.
I think it didn't take him till the early 2000s where he finally started to slowly clean himself up.
I think it was actually like osmosis. He was getting cleaned up around that period. He definitely wasn't partying as hard. That's for damn sure.
Around that time, I remember Ozzy had like little bits of red in his hair, or was it purple? I forget. Yeah,
it was more down to earth. Down to earth.
Yeah,
the red, like whatever back behind. Maybe that was.
I remember one of those '90s. I think I remember one of those '90s music videos. Didn't Ozzy dress up as a lady? Or if I'm mistaken, one of the music videos.
Which time?
The Shot in the Dark video.
Oh, was it Shot in the... No, Shot in the Dark was... That actually had the lady that was on the cover. Like,
no.
Tied it together. Ozzy dressed in drag quite a bit. Like, he would do that and get hammered drunk. Like, I'm going to wear a dress. Fuck you. I think actually when he pissed on the Alamo, he was wearing a dress or something like that. Because I remember, because one of the lines was the cops fucking yelled at him. We came to England and pissed on the fucking Buckingham Palace. Like, I don't care. I don't fucking live there.
I wonder what Sharon was thinking when that.
He's high.
Yeah. Oh, he almost killed Sharon at one time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Backdoor No Rest for the Wicked. Yeah, I think he got arrested for it too.
I believe that's
right.
He said he spent like 3 nights in jail.
Yeah. Yeah. Ozzy
And
lives hard, and
I
that's
think
you got a reason why he could retire and be.
there's a famous video of Ozzy coked out, and he's talking, interviewing a lady. He's like, "Hello there, I'm doing fine."
Oh, there's a lot of videos like that. I think there was one on an airplane where he was like, "Yeah, no, sober living. I'm doing it." It's like you are not fucking sober.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way.
Yeah, you gotta think too. Back in the early '80s, Ozzy Osbourne was a pretty scary individual. Like as
Mhm.
far as the public eye goes,
Yeah.
a lot of people were scared of Ozzy.
Yeah,
Like back around the time of Blizzard of Oz, because of like him
the,
biting heads off of bats and shit.
the satanic panic thing, like
Yeah, yeah.
What's up, Beth? Like reviews?
Hey, man, what's up, Nick?
Oh, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely
we
reviews. I
occasionally
haven't seen you in a while.
Hey, why? I don't mean to make fun of you, but what is it with these fat women and skinny people on their Facebook? I'm only busting your chops. Don't worry.
I have no
Oh, well, it's good. It's good you got your Facebook page back.
It's good. Get your Facebook page back. Hey, man. I didn't know you owned a business.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday in my newsfeed. I'm like, yeah, definitely got hacked.
Hey, Wyatt, how much you charge for that?
my buddy got hacked with one of those.
Yeah.
A while ago, dude. I had to change my password so many times, and it was mostly due to the whole like I got pinned by the fucking algorithm for sharing videos in Facebook groups.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to change my password like 3 fucking times, and now my password is fucking long and ridiculous, and it seems like everything's quieted down.
Yeah, I probably should make my password more complicated, but definitely write it down so I can remember it.
Yeah, well, complicated, but the thing is, like, you make it somewhat significant. Like that's the thing. Like I try to, it's longer, but it's something I know, like something that's been part of my life.
Mine's semi-long and easy to know.
Let's see. Nick says Death Lake reviews. Allegedly drinking some whiskey, cruising the back roads. Damn.
Dude, you're not fucking driving, are you?
I hope not. I used to do crazy shit like that back when I was in my 20s.
Yeah, dude, take my advice. Don't do that.
Took me to get a DUI to stop. I'm like, okay, no more of that.
I pushed the limits years and years ago, and I mean, I didn't get caught, but I mean, there were enough moments where like, yeah, I can't do that.
Oh yeah, I have a story I want to share about my stupidity with drinking. I have a story.
Go ahead.
So this would have been my buddy Chase's 21st birthday. We chose to get him drunk 2 days before at my buddy Scott's house. In the basement. In the basement. Sure, no problem, man. So we start off small with beer. Then we get into fireball shots. Then my buddy Chase goes straight for the vodka, just hard. And me and my buddy Scott pull him back. My buddy Scott starts to party. He pulls out his electric guitar, breaks it on the ground, smashes it, and it was autographed. And he smashes it. And my buddy Chase takes his shirt off, his pants off, and then him and Scott go outside and starts yelling into the sky and yelling at the stars. Then my drunk ass has to go out there and bring them back inside. Then I start drinking pretty badly, and then I wake up buck naked standing in my buddy's shower. Worst hangover ever.
Have you seen
talk about a party.
What was that? What was that? What?
Have you seen the movie The Hangover?
Oh, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Oh, my buddy Chase had the worst hangover because he got yelled at by his mom.
I've been
I've never been higher drunk.
Yeah,
I definitely have. I mean,
I
it's
have.
one of those things you slow down when you get older because
I've already slowed down.
yeah, the hangovers get worse, and it takes a toll after a while.
I remember that hangover. I gave my mom the meanest look when I walked in, and I didn't mean to. And she told me the next morning that I wanted to slap you in the face really hard, but I chose not to, and I'd just let you be.
I mean, once I moved out, shit got a bit worse. Well, I mean, it was still fun. Like, it was still loose, but man, the parties got fucking intense.
I'm pretty straight edge when it comes to that stuff.
Well, now I put food in my belly before I do any heavy drinking. I just put food in my belly beforehand.
Just eat a hot dog or something.
Oh, stay hydrated.
Yeah. Yep, that's what I do. Oh yeah, Ben, do you remember your first hangover?
Oh, jeez. It's freaking weird. No, it's weird. When I was younger, I never got hangovers. It's like after 30. It's like after 30 when I started getting the hangovers.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, fuck.
It was about my late 20s.
Now, the only time I touch alcohol is when I'm off work, when I'm not working. And even then, I don't overdo it. I mean, I have a few times. But
yeah, my tying them one on days, like, they're very few and far between. Like, I know, like, talking to some of the people for like Denver, like, oh man, I'm gonna fucking buy you a beer. Like, Jesus Christ, man, the amount of people saying I want to buy you a beer, you're gonna give me alcohol poisoning. So just
plus, I have a feeling if you're gonna buy me beer, I have a feeling you're not gonna pay for me, are you?
No, well, I mean, if they're offered, I mean, I imagine they're going to. I mean, I had one of our fans buy me a fucking awesome mixed drink at MDF. Dude, those were pricey too. Like,
yeah.
I can't believe you did that. Honestly, though, it hit the fucking spot. Like, because my fucking feet and fucking knees were hurting from standing all day. Had just enough fucking booze, and it was like,
I know.
Loose.
I know my one buddy Chase. He went to Van's Warp Tour. Dude, those used to be wild.
I never went. I went to Ozfests.
But he stood at a Van's Warp Tour for 15, 16 hours. He stood in sandals, and he said his feet felt like burning sand.
Oh, I mean, out in the sun like that. I don't know. I did one day in sandals at MDF, and actually wasn't too bad. I mean, one of the first things we did, John and I did, were like, before it was after the first day, we stopped at the 7-Eleven that's right there in like that area where the Rams head and sound stages, and we got a large amount of fucking Advil.
Yeah.
Like, that was the main drug we were doing. Well, I don't know. John got pretty fucking high there. Because we knew some people that was like, oh, you want to smoke? Because I don't smoke. But John was like, oh, okay. And so there was a point where I got too high, I had to sit down because the world was trying to leave my feet.
Yeah, I might smoke maybe twice a year.
I'm thinking. I mean, I talked to my family doctor, and he recommended me getting a medical card. He said that might help my ADHD and my autism a little bit with my mood stuff. So
I mean, it does calm down nerves.
Yeah,
It definitely does calm the nerves down.
Yeah,
takes CBD. It's a ratio. I forget what the
shit.
ratio
What's
is.
up, Dave? I haven't seen you in a while.
What's up, Dave Martell?
Really cool guy. I've known Dave for years. Really good guitar player too.
My mom does the mixed CBD to THC and the gummies, and it helps her just calm down. Actually, it helps with pain. Helps her focus. Like, yeah, she fucking loves it. My mom does more weed than me. That's weird.
I don't know. My
Yell at me for fucking smoking weed.
one dispensary has an edible. That's 2 edibles. Mountain Dew Code Red edible. And then they have apple cinnamon pie edible.
What's the? I mean, is it like CBD and THC?
No,
Or-
it's just like CBD. It's the good stuff. It's not the stuff that'll get you fucked up. It's the
Okay,
stuff
well, I mean,
that'll put you in a good mood and stuff.
Well, I mean, honestly, all right. Like, well, CBD is. I mean, that's interesting. I had one of my mom's gummies because she gave me some because I pulled something on my fucking back and it was just killing me. Like, it was one of those like every time you breathed in, like like it fucking hurt. So she gave me some gummies, and I mean, it calmed me down, but it still fucking hurt.
We did have someone pass away. The Hawkwind.
Yeah.
Person passed away.
Oh, I did hear about that.
No, Nick Turner. Yeah.
Yep, Nick Turner.
Jeff Hanneman, 1964 to 2013. Anybody remember him?
Jeff Hanneman.
Oh
yeah, dude.
No, of course. I mean, one of the icons of thrash metal.
Thick
He was
neck.
the best riff writer in Slayer. We'll go ahead and say
Oh
it.
yeah, he was. I agree.
He was better than Kerry King, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, Kerry King can write good chunky riffs, but Hanneman knew how to write like good sinister melodies and shit.
Good lyrics.
Oh yeah,
And his
Hanneman's
songs
riffs were more. Yep, his riffs were more catchy too.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You recently got into doom metal and stoner stuff. Any suggestions?
Monolord.
Count Raven.
Saint Vitus.
Sleep is one.
Yeah.
Sir Lord Baltimore.
God. Fu Manchu, like that's big stoner fuzz right there too. Caius.
I mean, if you want to go all out stoner, I mean the obvious one, Black Sabbath.
I mean, Master of Reality is
Probably
the
Deep
formula.
Purple, too.
Volume 4
Orchid.
too.
Orchid's another cool band.
Oh yeah, Orchid. Orchid's flat out retro as fuck, dude. Like that.
Yes.
Even their frontman kind of sounds a bit like Ozzy.
Yeah.
It does. Yep. Same with Count Raven. That guy kind of sounds like Ozzy.
God, I'm trying to think what other. In terms of stony stuff, what have I been listening to? It's stonerish. Now, it's mostly a lot of death metal here. God.
Oh, Candlemass is one of my favorites.
I mean, that's some serious classic doom right there.
Candlemass has a new album coming out, I believe.
Would you consider
Yep,
Opeth?
that's next week. I'm gonna.
What were you saying, White? What were you saying, White?
Would you consider Opeth like doomish?
Wait, what?
I mean, they
Yeah.
have doomy moments. But that's still more like in the prog or progressive death metal. Like, kind of depends on which era you're in with Opeth now.
Ooh. Okay, so 3 days ago, Overkill just updated their logo. Apparently now it's white.
It'll be green again.
Actually, they did use a white label before. Yeah, they used a white logo before
Which album was
on
that?
the album. From the Underground and Below.
Oh, I don't have that one.
It's got a white label.
Well, I know they had the one that was orange.
Orange, green.
There was
I
bluish.
think they only
I
used,
only have like
yeah, I think there was a bluish one.
I only have their last 3 albums, so I don't really know.
They're
Then for bloodletting, they had a different logo too. It's kind of like a neon.
That's a good
not
album.
neon
That's a good
green.
album. That's a good album. Bloodletting.
Black
I'd have to
Pyramid.
dig out my Overkill CDs.
Kal-El.
Yeah.
Wait, someone named their band after Superman's actual name.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Black Pyramid's pretty good. I have listened to Black Pyramid before. Cali, I'll have to check that one out.
Fire Breather. It's like High on Fire. It's like the halfway point between High on Fire and Sleep.
So
and
apparently I'm looking online and I found a doom metal band based off of a toy called Bright Light. They're from Mexico City. The band's called Bright Light. And they're doom.
Sometimes you get high and you name your band after weird shit.
Let's see. Another good one would be Uncle Acid and the Deadbeat.
That one, that's one of my favorites, just because of how they approach it. Like, everything is analog, and
Right?
I think because that's the best way to capture that old school Sabbath sound. I actually have, I think, 3 of their albums, maybe 4.
Ooh. Oh, Nick, I just saw Mortiside added you in a post on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really cool. Fucking Josh just sent me that CD and the shirt too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just ordered it today, the Mortiside CD.
Yeah. I still gotta order that Mortiside CD. Then I gotta get Xavier's CD also. I keep forgetting.
Oh yeah, Sadistic Oppressor. I got them both.
How is Sadistic Oppressor, Ben?
Very raw, very old school, primitive death metal sounding. It kind of reminds me of I would say reminds me of early Sepultura, like around the time of Morbid Visions and Bestial Devastation.
That is raw.
It's really raw.
I have to get it, man, and I would review it too.
I'm actually going to review it. Xavier's been wanting me to review it, so I got to get on the ball and get it reviewed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which Ben, I did see your Skid Row review. Great review, by the way.
I didn't get a chance to watch that one yet. I was gonna watch it, and like, honestly, I'm still like, I'm put off by the name. The Gangs All Here is like, but they're not. But you know,
Yeah.
I don't understand why you called it that. But I mean, I might still check it out. Like Skid Row.
I mean,
it's mostly
it's got
just like
3. Yeah, it's only 3 the original members.
The Gangs.
But the new vocalist. Yeah, the new vocalist does a really good job, though. I mean, he's good.
I heard one of the tracks. He's got a great range, and I mean, he's got power behind his voice, which is really good.
For me, it's higher than Sebastian.
Mm.
Well, I mean, Sebastian's getting older, and again, it's another dude that's partied fucking pretty hard.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in terms of stuff coming out that's left, I mean, I might do Disturbed just for shits and giggles. Zentrix will be up after.
I have a couple Disturbed albums, but they're nothing special.
I mean, they've kind of been writing the same album for years. Like, it mostly just comes down to fucking David Draymond's Waka Kaka or whatever the fuck he says. Yeah, that.
I remember it was a short period where pirate metal was getting kind of big. I think it was around 2014 up to 2016.
It's
Hailstorm and
Hailstorm's still popular.
Like yeah,
I don't care.
I only like one song, and it's called "Fuck."
My brother-in-law, we were talking about Hailstorm. He liked them. I'm like, nah. I was like, well, you like that pizza, death band? I was like, yeah, it's pizza themed thrash, yeah, but it's crossover. Like, they're just doing crossover with that theme. Yeah. I don't know like what the hell Hailstorm's doing, but it's goofy.
I don't know. It's goofy.
It's more goofy than it is catchy.
It's like Steel Panther to me.
But Nicky made a great statement for Pizza Death. Yeah. Pizza Death is goofy, but it's catchy and it's original.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily originally ever. Like, I mean, DRI, fucking SOD, like it sounds like that, and I love that shit. Like, that's like some top tier crossover thrash, and also kind of like Iron Reagan and shit like that too. Yeah. But what they do, I think, the novelty doesn't overtake the music itself, because the music itself is just straight up raw fucking crossover thrash, and I still fucking love that shit. Like, crossover thrash is just fucking fun. That's throw a TV through a fucking window fun.
Ashbury, that name sounds familiar.
Like Ian Ashbury? Like,
I've heard the name before.
Hollis, though. Hollis is really good. That's like old school, like 70s prog.
I'm going
But
to
a new
check
band.
them out.
Oh, no, they're good. They're catchier than hell. Like lots of vocal harmonies, moogs, like very analog sounding, like Yes and God.
Yeah. There's
Gentle
another
Giant.
band I've been checking.
Gentle Giant.
Band I've been checking out. I heard Jeff mention them in the stream too. Vanden Graph Generator.
I don't know that one, but he's brought him up a couple of times, and I mean,
I'm
I've
really
taken
new
some
to it.
suggestions.
I mean,
Yeah.
I checked some of it out, and it definitely has that old. I mean, well, it's definitely old school prog.
Manila Road. Yeah.
All right, Vanilla Road. I like their music. I could never get into dude's vocals though.
Yeah.
Like I get that they are an acquired
I like
taste.
Manila Road. I think Manila Road's great.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I can see a lot of people wouldn't like the vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Ben, I thought of something we could do in May, around that week of my birthday or something, for a deep dive. I would like to do a Who deep dive. Keith Moon, the Who, kind of a little tribute to Keith Moon.
God, Keith Moon was that dude was a nut.
A lovable nut.
Yeah. Well, I mean, depends on if you were on the receiving end of some of his antics.
And his antics, oh boy. if we do a deep dive, then we would have to deep dive into some of his antics.
I mean, he was a hell of a fucking drummer. Like, honestly, like in terms of like the first drummers that you could think of that really just cut loose.
Well, I mean, Neil Peart said it himself that he said that Keith Moon was his idol. So.
Yep. Oh yeah, and that was a kind of a bone of contention in the band early on when he joined, because they were like, I don't know if we can adapt to this wild style.
I mean, there's a song called "Another Quick One," which is about masturbation.
Well, I mean, Keith had plenty of other stuff. Actually, his best friend was Graham Chapman from Monty Python.
Yeah. I think John Bonham wanted to be in a Monty Python movie, and I think they turned him down after Bonham showed up drunk on set.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Well, I mean, I know Bonham worked, not Bonham, Monty Python worked with George Harrison a lot.
Yeah.
He composed scores for him. He was involved in Life of Brian, I believe.
If I had to pick my favorite Who album, it's between Tommy and Who's Next.
Who's Next is damn good. Like, Tommy's really good too.
Tommy's really good too. Especially when Keith Moon does the song Gorny bit. That's funny.
Ginger Baker was a hell of a drummer.
Ginger Baker, yeah. But he got a lot of shit too for bashing John Bonham and Keith Moon, saying that they're not on his par level being great. I'm like,
I mean, egos. Yeah, I mean, you run into them anywhere. Yeah. I mean, often egos often get checked. Right now, I know right now one ego that is getting hugely checked, and it's not music, is Elon Musk. Have you guys heard the Twitter debacle?
Yeah, Twitter. Yeah, I had to delete my Twitter because now apparently in order to have a Twitter account now you got to pay like $10. I said, fuck that.
Oh, it's $7.99. But no, here's the thing. When he did that, first off, when he bought Twitter, it was $4 billion, and that was from stock that he sold from Tesla. So he bought it. Then he made that membership thing. He also fucking fired a whole bunch of people. And then he kind of begged for some of them to come back because he didn't know how to fucking do it. So there's one mistake. Then he does the membership thing. So all you have to do to get that check by your certified account is you pay this $7.99 fee.
Fuck that.
And For $7.99, apparently you could just put in anything you want, and people were going fucking ham. Like there was so many fake Tesla accounts out there, and they were getting that official check. So they were trolling Elon Musk, and through this, no, this was the big one, and it kind of shows off how shitty our healthcare system and pharmaceuticals are. Someone did a fake account for the biggest manufacturer of insulin out there.
Oh, good Lord.
Insulin is now free. So that got a huge fucking response because there were a lot of people that, like, oh my God, this would be amazing. Like there were a lot of people that believe that. So they had to like issue a statement on the news like, no, insulin's not free. It's still like $200+ and it shouldn't be because, well, the people that made insulin fucking forever ago sold the patent for $1 because they wanted it to be a free thing because it's life-saving medicine. And well, when they bought the patent, they just continuously kept jacking up the fucking price. So they caused that stock to fucking fall. And then a bunch of other shit you consider. All right, he sold $4 billion worth of Tesla stock to get Twitter, which Twitter stock has dropped, I believe, somewhere around 60%. So it's not even worth as much as he bought it for, I believe. But we're on the edge of where all the major car companies are about to put out EVs, electronic vehicles, electric cars. And Tesla won't have that market pretty much cornered anymore. So he fucked himself out of that money too, because Tesla is going to be obsolete, mainly because they charge way too much for a fucking car, and these larger companies can compete and say, yeah, we can make them cheaper now. So, and also all of his major advertisers on Twitter are bailing, like big ones. And we're at the holiday season where this is peak advertising time because we want to get shoppers and fucking stores buying shit.
Of course.
So this one, like, I mean, there are people out there like big Elon fanboys, like, no man, he'll recover. Like, nah, I don't think it'll be that easy. Like he fucked himself on a lot of levels.
Elon decided to be Elon pulled a Trump and he fucked himself over.
Yeah, he did. He got ballsy. He made this big purchase and he didn't consider some serious fucking variables. But all right, Elon's not the genius that I think everyone portrays him to be.
No, he's not.
Tesla, like all that stuff, there were actual designers and scientists and all that shit that went into that. He was the corporate head. Yeah. And he was never the self-made millionaire that he liked to portray himself as. His family owned an emerald mine. So yeah, that's money. That's a lot of it. But yeah, he screwed the pooch, and now his fuck up is fucking up other companies. And it's fucking up his own. Like both Tesla stock and Twitter stock have dropped substantially. So yeah,
maybe he should have just left Twitter alone. Maybe
he wanted it. He wanted it, and he wanted to. Because he was really first. He was saying, "Well, we're going to get rid of all the censorship and all that stuff," and it was like,
"Yeah, that's
cool." As soon as people started doing the troll accounts, like we're reinstating censorship, it's like, oh, imagine that.
Yeah.
So I've been following this debacle. I was like, dude, like, and people.
I'm just laughing my ass off. I'm just laughing my ass off on that. It's just falling flat on his face.
I mean, I was never on Twitter. I never cared for it. I mean, from what I gather, it's a troll.
I don't care for it either. Yeah.
But
I mean, apparently Lars Ulrich trolls on Twitter. Apparently.
Well, he's not offering drum lessons
on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been like a thing that I've been just watching on the news. Like how big of a this is a giant fuck up. Like wow, dude.
Is it better now? I've never been on Twitter before.
I don't know if it's going to be there for much longer. Like,
just don't go on Twitter. Just don't go. Trust me.
I'm hoping that people that saw this maneuver coming, that had stock in Twitter, sold that shit because now it's dropped substantially.
What's funny? Bitcoin. That whole thing is kind of.
I mean, cryptocurrencies in general, like it's. I know, like everyone thinks we're going to move towards that.
No, we're not.
there are arguments for it, but
oh, dude, I don't watch the news.
No, I don't either.
This is like Business Insider trading and stuff.
Depressing.
Like there are actual numbers and metrics.
What's up, John?
This mess up.
How's it going, John?
Hey, John.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I don't trust cryptocurrencies because people can directly affect the value of it. Like there are people that they get on. There are like groups of people that get on there and they can actually fluctuate the value of it, and it becomes too easy to cheat.
I remember vaguely in 2008, I saw a commercial.
I called the news. What's that say?
Porn.
I called the news porn news.
What was I saying? Yeah, I saw a commercial back in 2008 when I was it was in middle school. I saw a commercial. It was like all futuristic. Somebody saying by 2020, 2022, we're going to have flying cars. We're going to have a space bridge going up to the moon.
They've been saying that since the 50s. Like think about it. Like, think about all the 1950s and 1960s sci-fi movies. Like, in the year 2000, like they had it wrong. I mean, they had some things kind of right. Like, honestly, like you look at Star Trek back then, when people had their data pads and all that. I mean, that's our laptops and fucking tablets and shit like that. So I mean, there were some things that kind of like automatic doors that open up in front of you. They got some things wrong, but I mean, something.
Where's my flying car?
Dude, people can't drive anyway. Like on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, let's put them in the air. No, well, you're gonna get a car directly in your house.
I saw a guy on the road on a motorcycle.
Dude, look, we can't even do like Tesla tried to do the self-driving cars, and that didn't work out. It's like, the automated driver wrecked.
I watched an episode of MythBusters where they tested jetpacks, and they said, no, that theory's wrong.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like every time I saw jetpacks, like, how are you not roasting your legs?
Or your butt. To be fair, or your junk.
I mean, that's a lot of work. And you know what? We're good. Let's not do that.
Well, no, we're good. No, we're just going to destroy the planet. We're good. Let's just leave it at that. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only news I've been really watching.
Yeah.
Just because I thought it was pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
Outside of that, like going over stuff for like, I think this month and maybe like part of December, like, they're going to be like pretty much out of stuff to review. So it'll become time to do year-end lists.
Remember in the early 2000s? Sorry, Ben. I was going to say Ben, Nick, Wyatt. You remember in the early 2000s? Like 1998, 2001, 2003, there's a little short time period before MP3 players where portable CD players were like a really big thing for a brief amount of time.
Oh, I had this.
I just ordered one off of a Walmart for like $3.
Wait, a portable CD player for $3?
Yeah,
that's not bad, dude. I mean, as long as it works, make sure you get a disc cleaner.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that lens.
Oh, good.
Oh, no, I was going to say that lens. You want to make sure it stays clean.
If you're speaking of Soylent Green, John, Soylent Green, Simpsons reference.
Like I was trying to say, I still actually have my old portable CD players. I don't think they work anymore, but I do still have them.
I don't know anymore. So many moves, some shit gets lost. I mean, I still have just the disk drive thing that I used to line into my computer.
Well, plus portable, they also had the ones where you can kind of carry and plug it into the wall, and then put the disc in and play. Yeah.
No, I had when I rode the bus, I had a Discman so I could listen to music. I even had a Walkman that played cassettes way back.
Yeah. And then nice. Nice, Ben.
Holy shit! Yeah, man, it's been a while since I've seen one of those.
Yeah, I can hook it up to my record player and play cassettes on it.
Man, I don't want to get a cassette player.
Cool.
No, you know what's funny? I thought about buying an MP3 player, just because nostalgia.
I mean, I'd like.
But then I would have to buy a computer, then put discs in and rip them, and then
I might know something about that. Now, like, I mean, like, I'm just gonna stick with CDs. I don't like the fact that tapes are back.
No, I do like that vinyls are making a comeback. I do like that.
Well,
vinyl's
been pretty big for a while now.
It's great that it's big, but unfortunately, like with so many larger artists trying to put everything out on vinyl, it's jacked up the price on it so fucking much.
It has.
Like baseline, I see. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's why I still buy CDs.
CDs, I do like CDs the most, just because.
Yeah, the markup on CDs hasn't been that bad.
No.
No.
And I remember seeing. I think I saw one YouTuber. I unsubscribed to him because he was being a jerk. But one YouTuber I was watching, not going to say his name, made a comment about saying that CDs are going to die soon. I'm like, the market's still booming, kind of, for CDs.
Actually, CD sales went up not too long ago. I mean, like, it was partially due to the whole vinyl shortage and everything. So people
I know what you're talking about, Mike.
Yeah. But no, I think CD. Oh no, God. I think CDs will be around for a while because it's still quality sound. It's still reasonably cheap, and
DVDs are still. You can still buy DVDs and fucking quality.
I mean, Blu-ray is better than DVDs, but
Blu-ray, but yeah, and
I mean, I still like cassette. I like the nostalgia.
Yeah.
I like the nostalgia factor to cassette tapes. I mean, I probably have like 200 cassette tapes. I used to have a lot more a long time ago.
The one thing I don't miss is VHSs. I grew up at the very, very end of VHSs where they had the small Sylvana TVs and you could just pop the VHS in the TV and then play. And I remember as a kid, I remember as a kid, I had my very first VHS player. Then I had a VHS/DVD player together. So that's how I remember VHS.
With the tape thing now, my issue is I don't think they're doing good quality tapes. Like those, early generations of tapes before CDs became the big thing. They were at least pretty good quality ones, in terms of the recording. Now I feel like they've kind of just walked it back even further, and it's even cheaper now. But that's kind of the appeal for some bands. We're just going to do it on cassette because cassettes are cheap. They're easy to fucking make.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool as long as I got a way to listen to it because I've been sent cassette stuff before. I was like, man, I'm not buying a tape player.
It's kind of cool. I was in Walmart yesterday, and Walmart has vinyls now, which is cool. And you can buy record players at Walmart now, which is kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. It's been that way for about 5 years now.
Yeah, it's been that way for 5 years now. So
I do still have some of my old VHS tapes.
Never heard of laser discs.
Oh, dude, Laserdisc was supposed to be the thing of the future. Imagine a CD as big as a Frisbee.
Oh, yeah, they're huge. Yeah. They were out back in the early 80s.
Yep.
Laserdisc.
We had I know there was a class I took in high school where we had to watch a program on Laserdisc, and the teacher was absolutely fascinated. He said, look at this. It's on this giant chain disc. It looks like a chrome fucking record. It's like, no, it's a Laserdisc. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I mean, I've seen them at the antique store. They had a whole bunch of fucking movies and shit on Laserdisc, and man, that's just kind of cool to see them. There's no way in hell.
Picture discs was a good concept.
Well, picture disc was I picture disc was the big collector's item because I look at picture disc you don't want to put a needle to that. You don't want to fuck up that art.
Yeah.
I don't know, like vinyl for me. Like I said, I appreciate it. You know, the sound quality is great.
Yeah.
I can't go collecting another fucking medium.
I remember my pop-up had. I remember my pop-up had VHS tapes, and there's this weird VHS tape where you can put like a smaller tape inside of it.
Oh yeah,
and then he also had those mini tapes he could put into his camera to record stuff.
Handheld cams.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. This little tiny VHS tapes.
It was this little like adapter thing. I think I watched someone's like wedding video in the fucking early 90s. Like, why am I watching
and
this?
My pop-up had like a TV splitter. I remember this because I remember as a like kid. I remember that at like 4 years old. Before my pop-up got cable and satellite TV, they had like an antenna TV and they pointed it somewhere, and they had like a twister thing you would turn. It would like make a weird noise to get the TV station to work.
Oh man, I remember back in the late 80s, early 90s, they used to make mini cassette tapes. I don't know if you remember those, Nick.
I vaguely remember that. I mean, like, all right, when you say it, I'm trying to think of it, but the only thing that pops in my head is you remember the little tape dudes that came in and out of fucking Soundwave for the Transformers that turned into.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of for that, but I know they made them. I vaguely remember that.
See, I do too. I still like that old VHS look too.
Yeah.
As long as you don't have to work with the tracking.
About it. Yeah. The one thing I know about VHS tapes, when they start to go, they do the whole flip thing.
You have to adjust the track. Well, I mean, that's the problem with like magnetic tape in general, because over a period of time it stretches out, wears thin.
And I remember the quality started to get shittier with VHS tapes and shittier. Then you had that horrible black, almost fake plastic black, and the stuff would just crack easily.
Hell, I still have my VHS player, and it still actually worked.
God, I have
had
one in years. I still have a whole bunch of tapes. I was actually looking through like bins I hadn't looked through. I was like, holy shit, I have a copy of The Adventures of Ford Fairlane with Andrew Dice Clay on VHS.
Oh, nice.
Nice. How much would that be worth, condition-wise?
Nothing.
Wow!
Absolutely nothing. It's worth it for me to watch Vince Neil die in the opening credits, but and Robert Englund playing some sort of bondage fucking killer.
I got some good metal. I still have some good metal VHS cassette or VHS tapes.
What do you have?
Metallica. I still have Metallica Clip 'Em All on VHS. Judas Priest Metalwork 73 to 93. I got that on VHS. Iron Maiden Raising Hell, which I think was the last concert with Bruce Dickinson at the time. I got that one. Trying to think what else I got. SOD Live at Budokan. I had that on VHS tape.
I think I might have like a Coal Chamber video on VHS.
Hey Ben, Dave Martell's giving you a little request. Pull out a couple of your concert VHSs and review them for a video.
I might have to break those out and watch them again. I mean, they still work.
That's not a bad idea, Dave Martell. Ben reviewing a couple of his old VHS concerts? That'd be a cool video.
That's kind of interesting, actually. I don't think anybody does that on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like they don't make a lot of concert DVDs and sets anymore. So, I mean, that is definitely a trip back. Like, I still have.
I only have one concert DVD. Where is it? This is the only concert DVD I have. Live No Bull.
I got a bunch of DVDs too.
Dimmelborger, Amon Amarth, Exodus, Black Dahlia Murder 2, by Black Dahlia Murder.
Yeah. And then I have the Led
Sure.
Zeppelin Song Remains the Same Blu-ray live at Madison Square Garden.
Got a really good
Blu-ray.
Gojira one.
Be back in a minute, guys. I'm going to take a bathroom break.
Okay.
Yeah,
No problem.
I'm gonna grab a smoke and probably do
No
the same.
problem.
Right back.
Actually, I'm going to do the same also. I'll be back
Damn it.
also.
Everybody's taking a break.
Yeah, so I'll just wait till we I think I remember Kevin Conroy just died. Cold Chamber just reunited. So did Flyleaf.
Yeah, I could never get into Cold Chamber either.
Yeah, they had that one song. I can't remember what, but it was pretty.
It's like I heard they're making a new album. Yeah, I heard they're making a new album. It's like I don't know. I
Yeah.
could really care less.
Yeah. Well, great stream so far, Ben.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Mm.
Been a good time so far. Heck yeah.
I feel old as hell though talking about reminiscing on VHS tapes because my generation was kind of the last generation to grow up with VHS tapes, so I feel old talking about it.
Oh, wait till you're in your 40s. You'll really feel old talking about it.
I mean, May 22nd, I'll be 28, so 2 years I'll be 30. In the next couple or so years, I'll be turning 30.
I'll be 40, dude. I'll be 44 next month.
Yeah. My mom's should be turning like 48. She looks good for her age. That's a compliment to my mom. She looks good for 48. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
She grew up on Skid Row, Motley Crue, and that type of stuff. and AC/DC. That's where I get AC/DC from, my mom. My dad grew up on Pink Floyd, The Doors, Uriah Heep, Black Sabbath, and Jethro Tull. So that's where I get a lot of my Black Sabbath, The Doors, Uriah Heep.
Well, good way to start off the
Rob.
new year because we get a new Obituary album in January and a new Uriah Heep album in January.
Yeah. Which I wasn't expecting to be that early.
It's pretty cool, though. I mean, I can't wait. That new Uriah Heep track is good.
Yeah. 2022, 2023 sound like it's going to be even a better year. Like,
I thought 2022 had a lot of really good albums.
2021, there was definitely a big lull in 2021.
Yeah, 2021 wasn't the greatest year.
No.
I mean, there was some good stuff that came out.
And 2020 was just started off with AC/DC.
Yeah, there was a lot of good releases in 2020.
Yeah. Out of all the releases in 2020, AC/DC Power Up was probably still the best release from 2020. Out of all the albums.
A lot of good stuff came out that year.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then a lot of bad stuff.
oh shit, another album I need to check out is the new Riot City.
Yeah.
See, oh, man, you got to check out Riot City. Riot City is killer, man. Great traditional metal.
Yeah.
In the style of Priest. And the new stuff sounds really good.
Yeah.
Isn't that another version of Riot?
No. Actually, there is another version of Riot with a couple of the original members of Riot called Riot Act. I got to check that out too. Haven't had a chance to check it out yet.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Feels like I caught something yesterday because I was throwing up a bit last night around like it was like 6 or 7 o'clock. I just I'm feeling a lot. I wouldn't say I feel better, but I feel more aware. But it started off with me just getting the sweats out of nowhere, and then I just felt hot everywhere. Then I had then my acid reflux started kicking in real bad, and then I started throwing up for like a good 3 or 4 hours.
Damn, not good.
Then my body started to ache. My body still aches, and it feels like the fever's starting to go down a little bit, and I don't have the urge to throw up anymore. That's why I've been drinking a lot of water to be on the safe side. So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And so it sounds like there's a bug going around. So I have it. Oof.
Yeah, there is. My mom had it, I think. She didn't throw up, but
yeah. And so far I got a comment from J-Dub saying he really likes my vinyl hunting series. I've been committed to going to antique stores. So far, I found 2 new ones up in Quakertown I've been going to. So I'm going to continue that series. Episode 3 should be coming out soon. I'm going to record it sometime this week, and then I have plans for tomorrow to record some drumming videos on Guitar Center on my channel, guys, because nobody comments on them, sadly. Best damn drummer in Pennsylvania right here, people.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about all that shit.
No.
I've just gotten used to not getting comments.
Oh yeah, I'm used to it now. Well, yeah, man. I think I sent you a text earlier. I had a really good Stromboli earlier on. had a rule. I
All
was
right.
eat. I went. Oh,
Take care, John.
see you, John. Yeah, I went to my local pizza place. I go to every once in a while, and they have the best marinara sauce for mozzarella sticks. But I do something with my stromboli. I'll eat the stromboli, I'll cut it, and I'll dip it in the marinara sauce. Oh. Mm.
Oh yeah, it's a
And
good
then
way
you
to eat it.
mentioned to me to try an eggplant sub sometime. I've had eggplant, but I've never had like an eggplant sub.
It's freaking
So
good. Eggplant fries are freaking amazing too.
yeah,
I mean, hell
and
yeah.
and then my pizza place also has a pizza version of stromboli where they flip the pizza over
Hmm.
and then they double bake it so the cheese is actually crispy. And then they put 3 layers of cheese. There's a layer of cheese that's crispy, then the gooey cheese underneath.
Okay, cool.
And then they just stack it with meat.
Interesting.
And they call it the upside down pizza.
I think I've heard it. Yeah, I think I've heard of that before.
Yeah,
Don't remember ever trying one.
yeah, Wyatt, what's your go-to if you're going to a pizza joint? If you're not going to get pizza, what's your go-to?
Probably like Mexican, like Chipotle sort of.
Mexican at a pizza joint? Come on, man.
Mexican and yeah. I thought you were asking otherwise if I wasn't gonna get.
Oh no, if you're going to a pizza joint but you're not in the mood for a pizza, but say like a sub or something like that, you know.
I guess a sub would.
Mm.
I mean, I'll eat anything.
Oh no, I'm just saying, give me anything that's good. It's going in my belly.
Yeah.
The only food I've never tried is Indian food. I hear people tell me it's good. I just don't trust it.
It's pretty spicy. A
Mm.
lot of it is. Yep.
I love sushi. Give me any type of sushi,
Oh yeah, sushi's great.
especially when it has that California sauce on it, that like orange sauce on it. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick's still taking his smoke break. Yeah. Funny.
Yeah, man.
I almost had an urge yesterday to grab a pack of cigarettes, but I thought, you know what? I've been doing good for the last couple of years of not smoking, so I kind of just told my head, I said, no, you don't need it. But the one habit I have not quit. I've told my doctors this, and I've told my autism people this, that I'm going to eat healthy. Guess what I still do? I still buy a shit ton of junk food and pretend I eat healthy.
I started working out again. I have a fucking elliptical. I'm gonna get on it and try to lose some weight.
It's just expensive. It's expensive to eat healthy. Yeah, I eat veggies, but
I mean,
oh, good.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, it is expensive to eat healthier. I mean, there's definitely ways around it, and meal portioning is a big thing too, and staying active. It's a lot, but I mean, I want to be able to keep going to shows and shit, and dude, having extra weight on on your old ass knees and your old ass feet.
Yeah.
That's just time.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting me a weight set and try to get back into weight.
There you go, man.
Well,
like, burn some calories.
I mean, I definitely get a decent workout at my job. I mean, I'm always lifting shit, but
Ben's gonna turn into Macho Metal Ben.
Macho Metal Ben.
Metal Maniacs.
Metal Maniac.
Metal Maniac, brother.
We're listening to some metal, but pump some iron.
Yeah. Oh, you heard Scott. I was watching some old videos. Oh man, some of Scott Steiner's stuff on TNA. He was a dick.
I mean, a lot of them are just playing a character. Like that's it's a role. Like you're either a hero or a heel, or you just end up, blending.
Yeah.
I
still love Terry Funk. My favorite old school wrestler, hands down, is still Terry Funk.
I only watched for like a bit when I was a kid, like the '80s stuff. It was fun.
Yeah.
But hey, I think once my younger self realized that it was fake, I was like, well, it's not as interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's fake. Yeah.
But I was watching like boxing and shit though. Like, all right, this isn't fake. And this is nice and violent. Like, I mean, growing up in Tyson's heyday, it was like, well, this is gonna be a short fight, but Jesus Christ, this dude's terrifying.
Right. Yeah, I'm just going back through and watching old WWF stuff on Peacock, and just thinking, I've watched this stuff as a kid, and as a kid, I'm like, oh yeah, this stuff's real. Then I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, man, I should have known better that this shit was fake when I was a kid.
I mean, we're kids. We're gullible. I mean, like at that point, like
we're gullible.
We're fascinated.
Our brains weren't developed.
I mean, this is the same age where you thought Santa was real, Easter Bunny, and in hindsight, like you think about it now as adults, like, man, I want the Easter Bunny to be fucking real.
My buddy Scott, my buddy Scott just sent me a text I regret reading. He said, "Dude, remember the very first live action Scooby Doo movie?" I said, "Yeah." Yeah. Yeah.
No, but like when you're a kid, it's just about being fascinated, being entertained, and all that shit. Like, talking about like the '80s cartoons. Like, I legit found the entire run of Inhumanoids, which I was a big fan of that. And it was a little bit darker for a kid's cartoon, but I remember watching that as a kid.
Well, I remember as a kid. When I watch old school Nicktoons now, I said all these old Nicktoon shows, they were definitely not made for kids.
Well, I mean, they tried to pepper in some adult jokes that you wouldn't get until much later.
Yeah, like Cow and Chicken. That's obviously not for kids.
No,
no, they're not for kids.
I can
Rocco's Modern Life, not for kids.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that kind of paved the way for like the adult stuff, like Adult Swim, like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Venture Brothers.
I think the last adult show I watched before just giving up was American Dad, and then I just stopped.
American Dad's still funny, like that's
America's still funny.
Yeah, like Family Guy kind of.
Roger.
It's still funny, but it just kind of ran its course for me. But American
Family Guy, the first 5 seasons. After that, I stopped.
I mean, it
got
repetitive. Rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat. King of the Hill. King of the Hill followed Beavis and Butthead, and King of the Hill has its moments.
Yeah, I like Boomhauer.
And I like Dale just because of his crazy conspiracy theory.
Yeah, pocket sand. Always have pocket sand. No, but yeah, like when I discovered Adult Swim with all those original shows, like I own
Squidbillies.
Oh yeah, Squidbillies was hilarious. But Aqua Teen Hunger Force, that was my fucking jam. Like my buddy,
my jam was Metalocalypse.
Metalocalypse was great, but I mean Aqua Teen was just ridiculous.
Aqua Teen,
dude, Carl had some of the best lines ever.
My question is, I do not trust Meatwad with a gun. I do not.
God, I remember the Oblongs, which was kind of short-lived, but actually Will Ferrell did the voice of the dad on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I like that. It kind of opened up a whole other avenue because there was a whole generation, actually technically Ben and I's generation, where the parents said cartoons are for kids. I was like, nah, no, we can have them our way.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I saw Aqua Teen the movie in theaters twice, just because it was so fucking funny. I have the movie poster hanging in my fucking kitchen. That that shit was just awesome. Metalocalypse. I saw Metalocalypse play live,
Yeah.
and it was
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
Roxo the Clown. Yeah. I like cocaine. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Oh shit, I can't think of his damn name. The guitarist and leader, the guy that created it. Fuck. Was Brendan Small.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did some of the voices on stage, but they had like videos synced up to like the shit he was saying, so they were playing like Metalocalypse videos and the big screens behind them.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Mastodon was on the bill too. It was a co-headliner, and they had High on Fire and Converge in support, and badass fucking show.
Well, Nick, what would be your favorite, like, from the TV show? What would be, like, your favorite kind of, like, gimmick song from the TV show?
Oh, I mean, Mermaider's still fucking absolutely awesome. Hatred Concert.
Like that coffee song. Forget what it's called.
The Duncan Hills coffee jingle?
Donkey, yeah.
Coffee. I mean, Go Forth and Die.
Yeah.
Oh god. Is it?
Probably that show never got the ending it deserved.
Well, Brennan apparently. Oh yeah, apparently he is doing that, but he kind of became disenchanted by it. Like he didn't like the animation style, and he wanted to focus more on doing music itself. Like I mean, they started putting out more Death Clock albums than episodes.
Yeah,
right. Honestly, all of them are good. And yeah, there's only
3 albums, 4 albums.
Yep, there's only 3. They're all good though. Like it's. I mean, you take away the cartoon aspect, it's just solid like melodic death metal.
Pretty much. I got the first 2.
Yeah, the third one's awesome too. The song "Crush the Industry."
Yeah,
that's a banger.
That sounds like it'd be good.
Banger.
But yeah, he started doing his other project, Galacticon, which was like a little bit more proggy. Like fucking Brennan Small's a badass guitarist. Like he's
Adult
really
Swim, good. Robot Chicken. That was my ultimate jam.
Oh yeah, that's my
Robot Chicken.
I just there's one scene, Escalator, the Emperor.
Oh yeah, go fuck yourself. Yep. That one I was like Emperor, Stormtrooper, Emperor, Stormtrooper, Emperor, Stormtrooper. And he just after a while, like everyone kept saying, Emperor is like fuck yourself, go fuck yourself.
Bring your when Darth Vader brings his child to work. Yeah, that's another one. There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. That show's still running, as far as I know.
Yeah, I mean they made fun of Grand Theft Auto Vice City when they brought Mario and Luigi into an episode, and they ended up in Vice. They ended up actually in Los Santos, and they got killed.
Yeah, no, that show's still running too. That's Seth Green. That's like pretty much all his mastermind shit.
Yeah, Mad TV.
Mad TV was fun.
It
was definitely a product of the '90s too.
There's some clothing options in the '90s that would not live today.
Oh, I mean, like there were a lot of
Style.
sketch comedy shows that were pretty fucking bold. Like I grew up, like initially when it came down to sketch comedy, my first exposure was early SNL and SCTV, and I still love like early SNL, all that shit, like all the way pretty much through the '90s. And then SCTV was pretty short lived, but you had like Rick Moranis, John Candy. Fucking Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara. Like you had a whole bunch of people that become famous for being hilarious much later.
That's true.
But then I think when The Kids in the Hall came out, that shifted my attention away from both of those. And like, this is fucking awesome. Like everything's very dry and they could say and pretty much do whatever the hell they wanted. Like, Dave Foley. Dave Foley is a comic fucking genius.
Mine was the whitest kids you know.
Dude, I'm still bummed about Trevor dying.
Yeah.
He was a hell of a fucking comedian. Like he was pretty much the heart and soul of that show too.
Yeah. I'm just I don't like it, but we're getting a reboot of that 70s show called That 90s Show. I just don't. It's basically Red Foreman, Kitty. It's going to be a lot of the original cast coming back. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis admitted that they are coming back to reprise the roles. And except for Danny Masterson, he's in jail for...
Well, yeah, because he's a giant piece of shit.
Yeah.
What a fucking scumbag.
But Red Foreman is coming back. Kurtwood Smith admitted that he is coming back to play as Red Foreman as a much older Red Foreman. So I wonder how.
Well, yeah. If he came back and played a much younger one, like, wait, this is the 90s and he's shaved off 20 years. Yeah. Well, all right. Does anyone remember when they tried doing that 80s show?
I've never heard of that one.
It failed miserably.
Well, apparently that 90s show's going to premise around Eric Foreman's children. That's the main characters.
So Eric Foreman's going to be in it?
Basically, it's going to tie into where the children apparently... I'm just reading off of one of the scripts they leaked out that Eric Foreman's children's going to be visiting. Eric and Don are apparently married, and they're going to bring their kids down to see...
I mean, honestly,
Red, and then apparently Eric loses his job, and all of them have to move in with Red, and then that's how everybody kind of gets back together.
Oh shit!
That's awkward. I mean, it makes sense. Like 90s nostalgia is kind of the thing again. You know, like it generally this shit happens when a certain age group, they're looking for a particular age group to hit a certain fucking age where literally they'll look back and like they want that nostalgic feeling about stuff, but sometimes we fucking biff on that.
Yeah.
Like case in point, that 80s show.
I still like the 80s.
See, I still like the 80s. I have a lot of fond memories of the 90s too. Like I do too.
I mean, then of course I don't want to bring this up at MASH, and then have the horrible reboot after MASH, which should have never happened.
Yeah,
Trapper John MD, which was supposed to be a spinoff of Trapper coming back from the Korean War, and
Spinners like spinoffs. That like there's like a real hit or miss thing with there too.
Did you know that in the 90s, after so many seasons of Real as Raymond, did you know originally there was a pitch from Ray Romano for That Robert show, apparently a show about his brother in the show that was pitched, that had a pilot episode that faltered, just that nobody cared for.
I mean, they did that with Friends. They tried to put Joey, whatever his name, in his own show.
Oh yeah.
And it tanked. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a Friends fan of it. Like, the only person I liked in there was, oh god damn it, the one that it just like had the alcohol problems. Chandler, yeah, the dude played Chandler. Like, I thought he was legit funny.
Yeah. Then he had Full House, and he had the reboot Fuller House, which was good, and then the whole.
All right. Go back and watch Full House and tell me that's funny. Like, it's not. It's really Full House was never
Family Matters. Now
it's tagline.
Steve Urkel and Family Matters. That was a funny show.
Well, all right, to a point. Like,
to a point.
Yeah.
There was a point where it did the. I mean, you're familiar with the phrase "jumping the shark," right?
Yes.
Yeah. Where Happy Days jumped the shark, and then everything after that became stupid.
Yeah.
That one jumped the shark when it became so focused on Urkel and all the sci-fi stuff that. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I did watch those shows back in the 90s.
And the OG, like the first 3 or 4 seasons of Family Matters was really good.
Yeah.
Like, it's really well written.
King of Queens. That's when Kevin James kind of comes
like
on the scene, and I don't like Kevin James either, but he does have some funny moments.
I mean, well, his
Paul
wife
Blart
I
probably
thought
the
was
funniest movie he's
funnier.
ever done.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was funnier.
yeah. Paul Blart, Mall Cop. Yeah.
Dude, nothing beats Married with Children. Now that's
Dude,
a
Married-
show.
all right.
Oh, Al Bundy.
Al Bundy.
Some of Al Bundy's
Oh.
roasts are legendary.
Dude, I could watch him fucking roast people for hours. Dude,
Me
there's
too.
the best one-liners fucking ever. And
Didn't he
That's
make
why-
a joke? Yeah. Especially
that's
when he's
why
in the shoe store. Especially when he's in the shoe store.
oh yeah.
Oh, those are.
Uh,
That's why I can't get. That's why I can't get into the show Modern Family. I keep thinking of Al
No.
Bundy when I see Ed O'Neill. It's like, I just don't care for the show to begin with.
I like Modern Family. I like. See, all right. There was a thing that once it got taken away from shows, I think I appreciate it more, and that was laugh tracks. I hate canned laughter more than anything. Don't
Right.
tell me when to laugh. I will pick that moment, and that's why I
Exactly.
like. When comedy shows started taking that out, that's where I started really enjoying them. And Modern Family, no laugh track. I like the one-on-one interviews. Like they kind of took that from The Office a little bit, and the characters were fucking funny. And Ed O'Neill, very different character, but still, I mean, he's
I
still
don't
funny.
think you guys grew up on the show. This is the show I grew up watching, which I kind of like now. Has anybody heard Malcolm in the Middle? I don't know if
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys heard of
Oh yeah,
it.
dude.
Yeah, I grew up watching. I watched
Yeah.
that back then too.
Yeah.
I did
It was good. I mean,
Yeah.
the dad's. I mean, he went on to be fucking.
Well, there's a rumor
incredible.
There's a rumor that Nickelodeon might make a Fugu Burger TV series.
I mean,
Uh,
my Nickelodeon viewing was way earlier.
mine was kind of in the golden. You could say mine was in the golden era of Nickelodeon mostly for me.
Mine was pretty
Yeah.
much in the beginning of Nickelodeon with
Like,
Yeah, I was.
you
Pinwheel.
can't do this on television.
Yes.
Double Dare,
Yep.
Pinwheel.
See, I had
Pinwheel.
the original Slime Time.
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
the
yeah.
original Slime Time.
Today's special where the mannequin and the hat thing.
Right.
Didn't they have a
David
claymation? Didn't they have a claymation of Hey Arnold even before Hey Arnold had his own show?
I don't know. Like back then, Nickelodeon was like a big test market. They had like even some like scarier programs, like like young adults kind of horror stuff, like Fire Under the Mountain,
Yeah.
Children of the Stones, which was like
Mhm.
dimensional travel and time travel. It was a creepy show. Like that, they actually says like it might have been a little bit much for the the age group we were going for.
It was
Holy
definitely
shit!
different back then.
Anyway, I'm gonna get going, Ben. I'm probably gonna head to sleep. So that's it.
All right,
See you
all
guys
right.
later.
Hey man,
But yeah,
yeah. Nickelodeon back in the day, like there were some shows that like I actually remember like some of the shows actually scared me. I was like, this shouldn't be happening. This is Nickelodeon. I came here to watch cartoons.
right. It was totally different back then. Of course, you had the original MTV when they actually played music videos.
That didn't last very long.
No,
Yeah,
maybe
I mean,
till 89, 90.
yeah, like the 90s, like I mean, I would still watch like 120 minutes. Because Matt Penfield, I mean, he's got a good wide range of choices. He would still pepper in some heavier stuff. But yeah, when they took off Headbangers Ball, it was like, well, this was the show where it was crazy. Like you didn't know what was gonna happen.
Right.
And when they tried to
That's
bring
true.
it back, like with Josta, like I love Josta, but that first run, like he wasn't the charismatic personality. Like he's gotten much better at that. Like he's definitely a showman now, but he
Yeah.
just seemed like I'm out of my element. I'm cameras around me. This is weird.
Yeah, I mean, Headbangers Ball 2. Yeah, not as good as the original Headbangers Ball.
It didn't have the whole vibe, like like the set for fucking Headbangers Ball. It looked like a wreck. It looked like the basement venue, and then they went up into like it looked like the same place they were shooting TRL. Like it was like this looks like the corner of an office building.
Pretty much.
I mean, cool, but not. Like this is like metal has an aesthetic. Give us that. Like we hang out in shitty small clubs and shit. Like shoot it there.
Right, exactly. Yep. Yeah, that's how it should be shot.
Yeah, that's where that's where we are. I mean, the venues, record stores.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised those never came out on DVD like the old Headbangers Ball episodes.
I mean, I think you can probably find them on YouTube, like pirated copies and shit like that.
Yeah, they do. They do have episodes on YouTube. I mean, they're obviously not the greatest quality, but there's episodes out there.
God, I don't even know who owns MTV. Like, if it's a Viacom owned property or anything like that. But I mean, it's probably up to them as to whether or not they want to reissue that shit. And I mean, MTV's focus certainly isn't on music. Like,
no, I mean,
the M is decorative.
It's been that way for a long time. I mean,
I blame the Real World. As soon as the Real World came on, like, oh fuck,
began.
Reality TV.
That's where it began. That might be the first reality TV show. Now that I think about it,
I think it is. And I mean, we got so many different versions of it, and then they just started clustering all that shit in there. And you're like, we're on the third season of 16 and Pregnant. It was like, dude, why are these sex ed programs fucking failing? Like, did you tell them? Like, just
right, exactly.
Wrap that shit up. Right. Don't let them talk you into like, oh no, if we do it at night, my sperm's asleep. Oh, okay.
Exactly.
I don't get it.
What's up?
I don't get it.
I don't know. People like to live vicariously through others, or maybe see something like, wow, their life's complete horseshit. Mine isn't so bad after all. I think that's the appeal, because it's not like necessarily reality, because I feel like there's still a fair amount of that that's scripted.
I'm just gonna say, man, a lot of that stuff's definitely staged.
Well, I mean, you got people that are shooting for ratings. Like, if it's like, well, your life's kind of boring, but we did sign up to record it, so we're gonna make some alterations because we invested a time slot into this. If it doesn't take off, we lose money, and we don't want to do that.
Yep. I don't know, man. I just never got the appeal of reality TV.
It got old quickly. Like, dude, I like, and like the whole reality TV celebrity, like that became, and honestly, like that's that might kind of trickle down to like us and what we do, like online and shit like that. Like, we're not actors, we're not newscasters, we're not journalists, we're just kids that talk. But that might have been the window in, because it was like, well, these are just regular people. We can just watch them do semi-regular things. Maybe that was the appeal. But after a while, like, I don't care. You've rebranded these shows so many different fucking ways. It's all boring, and you just don't film everything, because I swear to God, you guys are filming everything.
Pretty much. I mean, that's what it seems like.
But I mean,
I don't know. It just seems like the way they're planned out. Like, a lot of it's very similar. Like, you'll have a drama segment and whatever else.
Yeah, I mean, there's always conflict. There's always and it became kind of like like a sitcom. Like, okay, here's the problem. There's the conflict. Here's the resolution. Happy ending. Roll credits.
Pretty much.
life generally doesn't work out that way, you know. I mean, ideally it might, but most of the times, like, no, this conflict is unresolved, and there's going to be a lot of steps to get to the resolution of it.
Pretty
I don't know.
much.
It got boring, and I just stopped watching like any of that shit. And I mean, most of my TV watching these days, I spend more time on YouTube, actually, checking out other people's videos, looking for new music out there. That's most of it.
That's pretty much what I do. I'm probably on YouTube more than anywhere else. Just checking out other people's videos or music or whatnot.
I mean,
I feel like I get more entertainment out of YouTube as opposed to watching a TV show.
Well, and it's also like generally you can find stuff that's condensed, but I mean, even some of the long form stuff, as long as it's well shot and well done, I'll keep watching it. And it's fun. It's a good time killer, and I think there's a lot of cool ideas out there, a lot of interesting creators. And honestly, like the YouTube metal community, I think is pretty fucking cool. Like it's been probably better to us than it should have been, because I still think we're fucking laughable chuds. But it's been fun. Like that's the thing. Like, and I'm not burnt out by it, even though we do a lot of shit. But it's. I love the response from the fucking fans. I love talking to them. Even if they're fucking trying to get shitty with me, I was like, well, all right, I'll fucking troll. Let's do this. I had another Five Finger Death Punch fan pop up all fucking butthurt. It's like, dude, this has been up here for a while, but I still got plenty of troll in me. Let's go. I think he eventually tapped out when he realized. I told him flat out, I was like, you're going to keep commenting. You're going to keep boosting the algorithm. So there's really no way you can win here. You can't hurt my feelings because I didn't bring them.
I was gonna say, if they keep coming back, I'll start doing is boosting the algorithm.
And like, what do you think? Like one of these fucking insults, like that's it, man. You cut me to my core, dude. No, and you're not gonna change my mind, but that album's fucking trash because it is.
Right.
I mean,
I'm kind of guilty of it. I'm just kind of letting these trolls get to me for the longest time.
Dude, I mean, honestly,
I shouldn't have cared.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's either that or just completely ignore them, get rid of them, delete them, block them, all that shit, or use them. Like I said, the more you comment back, like even if it's just like one of my favorite responses that I've used on just angry texts to me from like exes and shit. K. Mm-hmm. You just type in a K and that sends them fucking off. But yeah, it's oh yeah, no, I've had chicks get pretty angry at me on that one, but I'm laughing about it. It's like, well, we're probably breaking up anyway.
What's that supposed to mean? Okay.
But yeah, even if you just comment that and they keep commenting back and getting saltier, it's like, all right, just keep boosting him, because the more comments, the more it gets watched, and
that's very true. Yep,
it works out. But that's how I mean, mine are much more lavish than just a K here lately, because it was like, oh no, let's go. I want to do this. But but yeah,
I got to get better at it. I'm trying to get better at it.
It's all work in progress. That I'm still learning, and honestly, I'm glad, because I don't want to think I fucking know everything at any point. Like that's unhealthy ego right there.
Exactly.
Keep learning. Keep listening to different shit.
Too. I was doing the wrong thing that you shouldn't do on YouTube. I was worrying about views and subscribers too, which I shouldn't have done. I should have just kept putting out my content and not worrying about that shit.
Like that was always the main thing, was like, we're just gonna put out content. That's it. Like if people watch it, awesome. If people don't, I still enjoy doing it. I'm still talking about something that I'm super fucking passionate about. Still, that's
kind of. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I was gonna say that's the main thing.
Yep. I mean, that's kind of the one reason why I kind of took a month from this channel. I mean, I was over on the other channel too doing work. But I'm like, yeah, maybe I should take at least a month off from this channel, maybe refresh. You know what I mean?
I mean, reevaluate, like, all right, is this something I really want to do, or is it not? This is time to
like, yeah,
sit
I
back
still
and
want to
reflect.
do this.
Yeah. I mean, think about ideas that you could bring on there. Anything. Like, I mean, since like editing all the videos, the self analysis shit. It sucks because I'll be editing stuff like that was stupid. I want to fucking cut that out. God damn it. Like, you like everything. Like, I try to learn from all my mistakes, like in terms of making like smooth edits and all that shit, because you just want to put out the best you can every time, and you're gonna fuck up, you're gonna make mistakes.
Oh yeah,
it's part of it. It's all a giant learning curve, and
oh, definitely. Like even when I did that Skid Row review, I just did it off the top of my head, pretty much. I didn't write nothing down or script anything, and I did it live. And yeah, I'm sure I fucked up. I know I fucked up a little bit on a couple of parts. I had to recorrect myself. I'm like, oh shit, I fucked up there.
Well, I fucked up on the Megadeth review, and I left it in there, and man, did I fucking hear about it from people. Well, actually, because I said Dystopia came out 9 years instead of 6 years, because I looked at it on my notes and I was like, just read it, but I flipped it, and everyone was like, well, actually, Dystopia's like, I'm aware, I'm aware, I fucked up, and then well, did you know that actually came? Like, yeah, no, totally aware. I started copying and pasting the same answer. It's like, dude.
Maybe it's just me. I think it makes the video a little more entertaining if there is a fuck up in it.
Yeah.
Like an accidental mistake or whatever, or slip up.
There's a couple of like laugh takes we kept in there. Like, I mean, one of my favorite ones, just because the the comedic timing of it was great, was the album versus album one where Shred couldn't say clandestine because it was
okay.
Because he kept saying Kladenstein. I was like, wait, what? It was like, no.
See, I probably would have said that too. It's clandestine, right? Or
clandestine. Yeah.
Clandestine.
We told him, like, no, it's clandestine. All right, all right. Clad. How do you say it again? Clandestine. All right, you fucking say it. God damn it. And we had a great fucking fit on that one too. I don't know if that was the same night that fucking Joe fucking flashed his butthole to fucking Noonan just to fuck with him. That boy ain't right. But yeah, I mean, we keep in like a lot of comedy. Like a lot of the comedy we have in there, like I'll write down a joke, but I won't tell anyone else because I want to like. Sometimes my goal is to break John a little bit, like get him to fucking crack up, and it's like, man, dude, I was not expecting that. I was like, that's because I didn't tell you I was going to do it.
Right.
But yeah, like levity actually helped me learn too.
Yep. I tend to cuss a little too much in some of my videos too. I mean, sometimes I don't know, it just comes out that way.
Honestly, same here.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, I mean, I've had a couple of people say you cuss too much, and I was like, well, "Fuck's your problem." But no, I do cuss a lot. Like I drop F-bombs all the time, and dude, fucking Miller got at me because I said cunt in one of them. I was like, what? Cunt's a good word. I'm not taking that one. Cunt's a great word. They use that across the pond. Like how we call people assholes, everyone there is a cunt, and it's fucking awesome. But yeah, like for a while, like all right, when we applied for monetization, when we got to that 1,000 mark, I was worried. I was like, fuck, I gotta edit out like all the fucks and the shits and stuff like that, and I did for a while.
Yeah,
but I was like, you know what, dude, this is so much extra work because. We can't help but to swear, like it's just us. So I stopped doing it. We haven't got flagged.
So are you still getting YouTube monetization, or?
Yeah, we're still monetized, and I have dropped well over 1,000 fucks. I'm reasonably sure. Hundreds of fucks this year alone.
I was
So
gonna say it's really hard for me. Like when I'm doing an album review, and if I'm really into it, it's really hard for me to not use the F word. It's
I mean,
like,
it's a good word. Like it
I
accentuates.
gotta
Like,
say fuck.
yeah, you say like this album rips or this album fucking rips. Like that implies like, oh, dude, all right, they're energetic about it.
No,
It's
I
like
would.
I normally don't watch my videos back either, but I watched my Skid Row one back because I just did it all in fly basically. I definitely dropped the F bomb a lot in that review,
Honestly,
especially near the end.
oh, excuse me. Dude, go back and like watch your stuff like that. That's what I do. I mean, since I'm editing it, I attend the premieres and all that. Like, it sucks because you kind of become like a big critic of yourself. But
Yeah,
as long as that criticism starts helping, and I've taken criticism from commenters too. Like, we should probably try this because this isn't really working out, or the reason why the camera angle changed for like solo videos and shit is like, yeah, this downward angle thing looks dumb. I was like, yeah, they're probably right. So there's a lot of creative criticism out there, but yeah, like don't be like fearful of like self analysis. Like I call myself on my shit so goddamn much, but
right.
as long as it's constructive. So I'm
Right.
not like just kicking myself in the dick and like, you fucking suck, you loser. Like, no, like you just there's some things you could do better, and that's that. Like, you keep learning.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's all. I mean, that's pretty much what it is—a learning process.
Yep, it definitely is. I mean, I know fucking John learned a lot when he did his disastrous ranking for Morbid Angel. The internet has not let him fucking forget that one. But we were actually talking today, like I think it kind of got to him a little bit because we reviewed the new Zentrix, which that'll be up after the He Is Legend one.
Oh, good
I
album.
mean, it's good. Honestly, I wouldn't even need to tell you that Andy Sneap produced it because
I heard. I saw Thrash Maniac. I saw Levi's review of it earlier.
His was
like, man. Oh, I'm definitely gonna get it because I love Zentrix. But
I haven't watched it. I didn't want to watch his review yet because we hadn't listened to it. So I generally don't watch those reviews until after we've listened to it. But I know, I think James G. Warrior told me, it's like, yeah, he gave it a 10 out of 10. Like, it's lofty. But I dig it. Like, it's solid thrash. My general issue is Andy Sneap, his production does not change ever. Like,
that's a good point. It does sound a lot of it. Well, I'm going to say a large majority of it sounds exactly the same.
Like the dials and the knobs and all that shit. Like, they just stay. I mean, I made some of those jokes, but yeah, like think about it. Like every Testament album since Formation of Damnation. I mean, different music, but like, is the production any different?
Like all the stuff he did with Sept. Numerous bands, like a lot of Exodus. It does sound a lot similar.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like a bad production.
Yeah.
But going back, so we were playing music in the background. He picked, I think, a playlist, and just like a random playlist, and a lot of Exodus was on there. And right away we're listening to fucking Bonded by Blood, and it's like, fuck yeah. Ooh. And I brought up, it was like, because both he and I had that as our number one because it's Bonded by Blood. It's amazing. But
awesome.
Miller had that one much lower on his ranking. Like, I want to say it was like 4 or 5. I forget. I had to go back and watch it because I was like, dude, like, this is all right. I like this album more than fucking Show No Mercy and Kill 'Em All, and those are awesome albums. But this is like light years beyond it.
See,
and but he never got any shit for it. He never got any shit for it. Like, I didn't see like really anyone say, "What the fuck, Miller, dude," or anything like as much shit as fucking John has got for Altars of Madness. Miller got none for fucking Bonded by Blood.
It's like, freaking weird.
No,
Who
Exodus
said
is
other?
probably the better band out of the like
What was that?
Bay Area bands. Exodus is probably the better band.
I mean, yeah, like in terms of like quality of work and yeah, I mean, Exodus has some missteps, but
I'll be back in a minute,
overall,
guys. I gotta piss real quick.
go for it. Yeah, but not a bit of shit. And John was like, man, that is kind of fucked up.
Which version do you,
Exodus and Testament.
which version do you prefer, the Zetro version or the Bailoff version or the Dukes
The
version?
Dukes. I didn't get the Dukes one just because I was like, dude, I already own this and it's already perfect. So yeah, I'm down for the Bailoff version any day. I love that album. Even his vocals aren't even the best. Like he wasn't really a great vocalist. He was a great frontman, and he was a maniac. And all that comes through on that debut. It's just such a fucking ripper of an album, dude. Strike of the Beast, dude. I watched. I watched people fucking get flipped the fuck over when we saw him with Testament and Death Angel earlier this year. That pit was insane.
Have you seen my video of the Testament concert of that tour?
No.
Oh, it's called the Bay Strikes Back 2022, and I got the pit, the part where he's saying open up the pit, Strike of the Beast.
Yep.
And it's like
that's exactly what happened. He pretty much said, all right, divide it up. I don't care what side you're on, but we're getting divided right now. And yeah, dude, it just exploded. It was pure fucking mayhem. They actually dedicated, because that was the day after Trevor Sternad from Black Dahlia Murder died. So they dedicated that whole night to him.
Yeah, I saw him the month before.
They did it on a run of dates too. Last month they were in Fort Wayne, but there was just too much shit. We couldn't make it out there. But yeah, they did another run of that same lineup.
Yeah. I think the next concert I have is Static X with Fear Factory
And Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Etzel's the one that's behind the mask for Static X.
Yeah, I mean, I know that.
Yeah. I mean, well, people figured out because of the neck tats.
Yeah.
No, I think the next one. Oh, yeah, Wednesday. We're gonna go up to Detroit to go see Genocide Pact and Nomos, and then on the 20th we're gonna go see Exhumed, and that will be John's new girlfriend. That'll be her first concert here in the Midwest, so she's fucking stoked. She's a rabid fucking metalhead, like loves 200 Stab Wounds right now, which they just got signed to Metal Blade. So way to fucking go,
that.
Dude, the new song fucking rips. It's good. Like, I mean, if you love Cannibal Corpse,
yeah, my mom played it for me.
It rips.
Speaking of Exhumed, didn't they put out a new album this year?
Yep. Do I have it in the stack here? I think it's in here.
Like, I'm falling behind. So much good stuff's coming out.
Yep, here it is. Come on now. Bazinga!
Ooh, I'll have to check that out.
Dude, this might be one of the fastest albums they've done here recently. Like, this is on par with like some of their early stuff, like Slaughter Cult and Gore Metal.
Yeah,
it's blistering.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Dude, I'm a giant Matt Harvey fan. Like, that dude could really do no wrong. Like, all the projects he's involved with, you know, Exhumed, Gruesome, Pounder. Fuck.
Didn't he do a thrash project too?
Decapitator. Unfortunately, that was
Decapitator. That's it. Yeah, that was killer.
Dude, both of those albums fucking rip. But I guess for whatever reason, like that one's not continuing. But I got to see Gruesome earlier this year, and fucking, I mean, one of the tightest sets. Like that was about as close to seeing like that Leprosy era death sound that I got this year, because unfortunately when we went to go see Left to Die, the power outage that happened there, we didn't get to see anyone, but we did get to hang out with Matt Harvey, which was kind of cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
He's a nerd. He's a giant, like we were talking about comic books and shit, and he's like, yeah, man, and he like used to draw like nipples on the chicks and comic books. I was like, I mean, I may not have been guilty of that too as a kid. I talked about like, you know, growing up and like fucking renting out the horror section and shit at video stores. Just, yeah, solid dude. He was actually, because he lives out in, I think, San Jose, California, but he's like, I'm thinking about actually moving out like here in Michigan. Like, you know, it's getting too pricey to live out in, you know, California. Like, you know, it's expensive. I mean, with all the fucking and it's so fucking populous. Now, granted, it's a big state and it's spread out, but like if you're in one of the bigger cities there, like it's maddening. And you know, Detroit's pretty big, but living on the outskirts, like, you know, I think he was talking about like Grand Rapids, and it's like Grand Rapids isn't bad. It's a smaller city.
Yeah, I'm speaking of California. About a year ago, I was watching documentaries on YouTube that, you know, YouTubers do. Like, they'll do these drive-through videos of, like, you know, cities like Oakland or Los Angeles or whatever. And I'm watching this stuff. I'm like, man, I can't believe how run down some of these cities look. You know,
dude. I mean, all right, living. All right, Toledo is definitely a Rust Belt town. You know, I mean, you know, the steel industry, you know, bottoming out, and what was it, the 70s? Was it really when it really hit? It was like the late 60s. Yeah, when we started importing steel. Dude, there's a lot of areas that hit. I was born in a Rust Belt town, Lima, Ohio, like abandoned steel factories everywhere. Gary, Indiana, terrifying fucking place. It's like Silent Hill.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's this serious thing. Like when, like there's a lot of cities out there that banked on like one particular thing. Like that was the main employer. Like, you know, for Detroit, automobile industry, obviously. And when shit went belly up there for a while, like they have still not fully recovered from that. Like it's there's a lot of fucking bad, you know, rundown areas, and they can't even afford to demolish them. Now, granted, it's getting better. Like there's been an improvement. There's been an influx of people moving into Detroit, and they're actually building up property values in there. So there is a thing, but it's still like, all right, there are grocery store fucking deserts. Like there are people that live in Detroit that have to fucking get on a bus and travel all the way outside of Detroit just to get to a grocery store because there's like none in the whole metro area. Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. And you know, I mean, like Flint, I mean, hell, it took them forever to fucking clean out the fucking water, and it's still kind of dicey, but they banked on auto parts. And when the automobile industry fucking flopped, naturally the auto part industry flopped, and that town got hit fucking hard. Like it's still bad. Like at least with Detroit, like there's a sense of recovery, but Flint still like really fucking bad. I mean, you know, Toledo used to be known as the Glass City because we made auto glass and like, you know, like glass for fucking, you know, large structures and shit. But again, when the market tanked, they had to diversify. So right now, like the biggest employers here, I believe, are like medical and healthcare and solar panels. We got like a First Solar factory here. We still have a Jeep factory, which, you know, still does really well. But yeah, like, I mean, Toledo's, it's okay. Like it's, I mean, we've been called like, you know, tiny Detroit or smaller Detroit before. Yeah. Not quite that bad. But yeah, like urban decay is a big thing. Like there's a ton of YouTubers out there that I've watched that just do like urban decay videos, like going through like abandoned buildings,
Right.
abandoned malls.
Too.
Dude,
Oh,
the
man,
abandoned mall ones are like they're fascinating because that whole mall boom that happened in like I think it was the late 70s and then through the 80s,
70s, 80s, into the 90s too.
Yeah, it was by the 90s. Like you started seeing all these stores sort of like moving out of there, and like we had a couple of malls here that have been bulldozed to the fucking ground now. Like they're gone.
Yeah, we have one. I think. I'm trying to think where it is. I think it's near. Going towards Scranton up that way. There was a mall up there. They actually used to have a really cool shop up there a long time ago that sold a bunch of metal T-shirts, and I bought a few shirts up there. But this would have been a couple years ago. I went riding up that way because I had no clue the mall got demolished. Because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for a ride and see if this mall's still there. And here it was completely gone.
Yeah,
but yeah, we had a mall up there, Scullykill. I think it was called the Scullykill Mall, and it got completely demolished.
The mall that I had when I first moved to Toledo, and I think that was in '91. Yeah, completely gone. It got leveled. I mean, I went there up until almost the end, and like every shop had fucking moved out. It had this really cool carousel in the middle with a big like atrium to let the sunlight in. Like, it was a pretty cool mall. Like it definitely had that old school like late 70s look with the tile and all that shit. There was a fountain.
Right.
There was a Camelot Music. I think I bought Cannibal Corpse there.
Oh man.
But yeah, they bulldozed it. That lot sat empty for years, and now much like any empty lot in a city that's desperate, we have an Amazon.
But yeah, man, like a lot of these malls, it's like they're basically ghost stores, if you know what I mean. I mean, there's maybe 2 or 3 stores that are still open.
When they started losing, like,
it's pretty much gone.
Well, when they started losing like anchor stores, because like that was the big thing. If you were going to be a successful mall, you had to have an anchor store. That would be like a Montgomery Ward, or
Sears,
Dillard,
Woolworths,
Macy's, shit like that.
Yeah.
And then like Sears and Montgomery Ward pretty much went belly up, filed for fucking, was it Chapter 11 or Chapter 8? I forget which one's the worst one. Then like the smaller shops would fucking suffer, and then when other shops moved out, in order to make up the loss, people that own the fucking mall would have to raise rent, and it would just come down to a point like they're not getting any new stores to help lower our rent, so we got to get out of here because we can't afford to fucking stay here. That and online shopping.
Yep.
I hate going to the mall. Like the malls that are still around, I still don't like going to them because I'm like, there's fucking people everywhere.
Good point.
And I mean, most of them are just obnoxious fucking kids, and it just drives me nuts. I feel like, I'm officially an old fucking man now.
Right. I mean, we still have a mall I think it's about 25 minutes away from where I live at. They got a really cool T-shirt shop up there. It's in Camp Hill, close to where I live at. And they sell a whole bunch of metal T-shirts in there. In fact...
Yeah, fuck, I'd trade you malls then. The malls that are still around here...
Is this it? Well, yeah, I'm not wearing it tonight, but since I didn't buy nothing at the Megadeth concert, I bought this Megadeth beanie there. Fuck, where the hell
Dude, see, we got no place like that.
There we go.
Yeah, our mall's like, we got one that's like the big indoor mall, and then we have like the outdoor ones where you kind of like walk down the row of shops. But one of those is already struggling because they built it way too close to the first outdoor mall they made, which is still successful. So I was like, why did you it's literally just a few miles down the road. Like, I know they had the space because it was a big, wide open fucking section of forest, but it's too close to another place where people are literally shopping for the same shit. Like this mall was like relatively brand new. About, I'd say, like, it's been around for maybe like 10 years. They already had a Spirit of Halloween fucking set up shop in there. And generally, if a Spirit of Halloween setting up shop in your mall or your strip mall isn't doing well.
Exactly. Yeah, that's not good at all.
Yeah. When the Spirit of Halloween were open, like, of course, we were like, all right, we can go get more fucking props now. But yeah, it was like, dude, I'm kind of shocked to see one here. We found out, like, I didn't even know our Bed Bath and Beyond went, it's gone. And it was the Spirit of Halloween. I was like, wait, I swear I just bought shit for my fucking buddy's wedding here like a few years ago.
I had no clue either. But no, yeah, I remember when the malls used to have like 2 or 3 record shops in them.
Yeah.
Like Camelot Music, The Wall. Those were 2 of the main ones I can remember. Sam Goody's.
Sam Goody. Yeah. Oh god, there was like a Music Land. Like, Music Land was still around back then.
I think I remember Music Land.
I think it was like, because when I discovered Media Play, which was outside the mall,
Yeah.
I stopped going to the mall because Media Play was like dirt cheap at the time. Like,
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. I would go in there and just come out with a fucking stack. I was like, dude, all of these were like $7.99 CDs.
Actually, I kid you not. I mean, this guitar definitely needs work. I bought this guitar at Media Play way back in 2004. This
Holy
Dimebag
shit.
guitar. Yeah.
See, like, Media Play carried like everything. Like, I got like collections of zombie movies. I got figurines. Like, I have an Alien Queen like thing, like the old Todd McFarlane fucking toys. I got that there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, brand new albums, like, oh yeah, it's like $7.99. Like, for
Yeah.
real? Gimme.
And they had a cool selection too. I mean,
Yeah. And I remember like going in, like, and Sam Goody was the same company. Like, that was the same company. But you go in the mall, look at a Sam Goody, like, why is this like $18.99 here versus it being the same thing, $7.99 over at your Media Play store?
yeah, that is a good point. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there was definitely a difference.
Yeah, and mall prices, like, dude, God, I forget who brought up FYE a while ago, and it was a stream from a while ago. But it's like, yeah, they had all their CDs marked down 50%. It's like, yeah, so they're actually like, regular price now. It's like, because they always mark shit up. Like, I remember seeing like, God, it was like a Suffocation CD back in like the early 2000s. It's like $21.99 brand new. It was like, this is no,
What?
that ain't right.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it might have been Souls to Deny. I was like, why is this came out like a couple of days ago?
Yeah. Well, now it seems like a lot of the FYEs are disappearing too, which I don't know. I was never the hugest fan of FYE, even though I bought stuff from FYE over the years. Like now, I mean, we still have an FYE too in the small end. It's nothing like it used to be. Like now, they just sell vinyls. Their CD selection is very minimum. It's terrible.
See, I'm fortunate. Like, we got like local record shops here, and that's where I'd much rather spend my money instead of like a big chain.
Yeah.
Like our local record shops, I know most of the dudes that fucking run them. They know generally what I'm after, and sometimes they load up the fucking their fucking shelves of shit just because they know I'll fucking come in there and buy it all.
Right.
But yeah, like that's where I'd much rather prefer. Like, I'd rather help out the smaller shops, and plus they're the ones that are probably more like on the pulse of like fan bases, like what collectors are after and shit like that.
Exactly.
The chains,
Yep.
yeah, the chains would just load up on whatever's fucking popular. I don't give a shit.
Pretty much. Which, yeah, it's really cool too that we have a record shop like that in our town too. I mean, I only live like 2 or maybe 3 blocks from it.
Oh, shit.
So it's really cool. I mean, if I got some money, I'll go down there. If they got a CD I want, I'll get it. You know.
I mean, I'm really close to one, and the other one's like a bit of a drive, but I can make the drive pretty quickly. And honestly, like, any long drive that's generally just me listening to music and catching up on stuff, and figuring out stuff on collection updates. So anytime, like any long period in the car, I don't mind. Because it gives me time to listen to stuff and like get more accustomed to it. Because I mean, there's stuff we reviewed that it took forever to fucking get here, but I finally did get it. Like, this Gut Void album that is absolutely fucking fantastic. Like Lovecraftian Gut Void, and the album is called Durance of Lightless Horizons. If you love Incantation, like, this is very doomy, atmospheric, gloomy, kind of slimy. I don't know. I dig it.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, it took a while to get here because they're on a Swedish label. They're on Blood Harvest. I was like, fuck, I have to wait for a U.S. distro to get this shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'll go.
Oh, I'm actually going to dip off because it's already like 2:40 in the morning. I didn't even realize it. Dude, yeah, thanks for having me on again, man. And yeah,
no problem.
Keep fucking grinding on the channel, man. Keep doing that shit.
Man, definitely.
I'll catch you later, Wyatt.
Yeah.
Take care, Wyatt. Probably heading out
guys.
too. Oh, what's Speed King saying? New Candlemass is coming out soon. Yes, it is. Can't wait to get it and hear it. Missed the days when malls had nice music shops. There was a huge Virgin Megastore inside a mall near my place years ago. Had an awesome metal selection. Nice. Now the space is closed. Yeah, that kind of sucks. But yeah, man, if you got local record shops in your area, definitely support them. Buy from them. Keep them in business. We don't want to see these places go out of business and go away. Because that's where you find the good music.
Yeah, there's actually a record store and a casino here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, forget which one though.
Nice. Pretty cool. So yeah, man, if you got local record shops, support them.
Mekong.
Dominic Matheson, what's going on? Mekong Delta. I've heard that name before.
I think I have too.
Is it metalcore, death metal? It's not death metal. But yeah, I've heard that name before, though. Either or, I think I'm going to end the stream. And that's been almost 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But expect more content, people. We're making a comeback here on Metalben's Chronicles. And we're going to kick ass going into 2023. And tomorrow night, there might be a stream over on the Metal Bastards YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to that channel, go over there and sub to. And yeah, man, keep it metal, keep it real, keep rocking and rolling. Banging those fucking heads. And sticking it to everybody that says metal and rock is dead. There we go. All right, I'm out.